he was, someone made pancakes last night, and he was absolutely obsessed with getting a pancake. He didn't get a pancake in the end.
Sag.
Apparently, yes. And I always thought, like, what was not obviously exactly the same, that they were, like, basically the UK and Australia's equivalent of the same thing. I could have been wrong, though.
It's a yeast extract either way.
That sounds so weird.
Britain's is more sweet and salty, and Australia's is more
I would like to point out that a German made this, apparently. Marmite, that is. I don't know about Vegemite. So it's not that weird, because, you know, Germany. I don't have any German seeds, so I can insult them all I want. The closest we've got is the fake Croatian.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think for me, like, the closest thing I have, like, that I can think in my head, and I know it's nothing like this at all, with yeast, is beer cheese. And I know it's probably nothing like beer cheese.
I don't know what beer cheese is, but it is a byproduct of beer.
It's basically, beer cheese is cheese and beer together. Like, that's the only way I can think of it. It's really good, but it's yeasty, but it's like beer cheese. Like, I guess that's the best way I can describe it. It's like cheese made out of beer.
Oh, cheese made out of beer.
But I don't know if that's the technical term, like, or if they're just kind of like, the cheese is marinated in beer. I don't know how it's made, but I know, Sean, shut up. It's a good explanation. Thank you.
Yeah, shut up, Sean.
Let's Google.
Beer cheese is really
Beer
good with, like,
cheese.
soft pretzels.
Beer cheese just sounds like a fucking wrestling tag team, like Beer Money, or a Head Cheese.
Oh,
it's
there's
good
a recipe
stuff.
in here. Is there? Hold on. Oh, wait, no, that's not a recipe. Beer cheese dip.
Oh my god. The actual, address that apparently was the last time I got Papa John's was my nan's address. My nan is dead. She no longer lives at 5 Culver Close.
Oops.
I'm not sending it to those people. I don't know who they are. Method, delivery.
That's as fun as
address, ASAP.
So we got a cold call from the Brick after my dad moved out, and they're just like, yeah, I don't know if you guys have it. It's a furniture store.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, is Phil Solari there? And I'm like, he doesn't live here anymore. And the guy's like, oh, this is awkward. I'm like, it wasn't awkward until you said that. My dad moved out. Nobody needs to be a dick about it.
With the amount of people who are, like, divorced, it wouldn't be awkward, you know? Like,
yeah,
that's weird.
Did I ever tell you guys why I can't have Sky in my house? Like Sky TV and Sky Internet?
Is that
no? I don't recall it, but
oh, the Sky is just a company. They're owned, I think, by Rupert Murdoch, maybe. But they're just a big company in the UK that do, like, the TV, like, they are a big cable one and all that shit. I can't have it because my dad was in so much debt with them. They want me to pay it instead. So they're like, because we have the same surname, they're like, oh, well, you know, we'll charge you the money that he owes us. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to see if my cousin can do it without being charged. Because, like, they don't charge you. They'll just say, oh, on the day that the person's meant to, like, they don't even tell you when you put in to do it. On the day that, you know, they're meant to come to do it, they'll be like, oh, yeah, we couldn't come because you owe us a debt of, like, this amount of money. So I wonder if my cousin, because, like, BT isn't bad, but they're not great. I don't like Virgin, so I don't want to go with Virgin, but Virgin and Sky are, like, the two that's slightly better than BT.
I don't understand how they can, like, charge you just because you're related. Like, I don't understand.
Well, it's because I'm related and still living in the house, so it's still under the Dunn name.
Oh, it's the
yeah.
address.
Like if I moved, well, it wouldn't be the address because that's why we're gonna try it with my cousin, because I have a feeling if someone with a different surname, like when they'd be like, oh, someone else is living in that house now, whereas it's the same name and the same address, so they're like, oh, well, obviously they're the same people just trying to do it under a different name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, my
that
dad's
makes
not
sense.
here any fucking more. Hasn't been here for like a decade. Still ruining our lives, though.
I mean, they still shouldn't do that, because especially because like Dunn seems like it would be a common name. So
Not spelled the way that I spell it, no.
Well, I mean, it could be a common name. Like, what if your name was Smith? Like,
I mean, that would suck. That would suck. But my name isn't common in the UK because I'm spelled the Irish way because my dad was Irish.
Oh,
So...
well, I mean, it would be common in Ireland then. I feel like it's close enough that it's not that unreasonable to think an Irish person could live there and then another Irish. I don't know. It's not,
I mean, to be fair, Sky is owned by Rupert Murdoch, and he's just a greedy bastard. So his company are pretty greedy.
At least here, he likes to spread false information.
Oh, he does too as well. He owns half our newspapers.
Oh yeah, and you know he owns our infamous Fox News and all that good stuff. And
he owns Fox News?
Yes, he does.
Gross. I was gonna say, because I don't actually know who that is, but I've heard the name, obviously. But
I only remember him from like, which, you know, like when I was in journalism school, when I was going for my journalism degree, like I remember like we talked about like who owns what media and stuff, and it's like, it's very interesting. You know?
I just know him because he's an asshole in the UK. like there's been so many lawsuits against him. Like his companies basically put bugs in missing people's phones and like teenagers and stuff that had been attacked and, you know, got into their like private stuff to like basically slander them.
Oh God.
Yeah, and they won the case because he's rich, and you know,
Punky.
this is how the way things go. Hey, Punky.
Hey, Punk.
Well, fuck you, Sean.
Did you just call her Punk, Avia?
I did.
How dare you?
I call Sprinkles.
Yeah,
Sprink
he's
all
just
the
an
time.
asshole all over the place. he is literally just a fucking asshole.
Ugh.
Bye, Sean. Love you.
Have a good
fun.
time with your
See ya,
brother. And yes, you're still weird for not liking melted cheese.
I've ordered my pizza, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, me too, Anna. Woohoo, twins.
Oh, fucking yes.
I
My
got
cinnamon
some
rolls.
water. I got some margarita infused wine too for later. Let's go.
Punky,
yeah.
I 100% was gonna do that too. Like, go out and get a drink. Then we could have drunk Avia. Like, I'm hilarious when I'm drunk. I just don't want to drink too much that I have a really bad hangover when I'm driving for Easter tacos tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now we know for my birthday we need to get her drunk.
Yes.
I'll be
'Cause that's
home on
next
your
month.
birthday. I will be home on your birthday. I will be back in Pennsylvania after my train trip on.
We're gonna do
Your
a 12-hour stream on my birthday, so we'll get you drunk.
And then the next day, like we can all watch Cloud 9, number 9. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh no,
Hungover
it's
as
gonna be the
shit.
weekend after because the last episode's the Wednesday after my birthday.
Hey, listen,
Oh.
as long as it's any time in May, I will be 100% available.
Nice.
And of course, not that he's planned anything yet, but Shin's anniversary is sometime next month. And he's either gonna do an anniversary stream next week or after he's finished with his nose job. I'm just saying, these are rumors that I have heard. These are things that I have heard on the grapevine, because I talk to Shin, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
These are rumors that we know. Don't you shush me.
He knows.
And there's another rumor. There's like a really big rumor, and I'm pretty sure it's right. But in a couple months' time, someone's turning 30.
Welcome to the club, old man.
There might be a stream for that as well if I bug him enough, because he already kind of wants to do one.
You know, speaking of 30, when Jaina called me this morning to tell at 9 a.m. to tell me about Sailor Moon, Jessie got on the phone and she was talking to me, and we were talking about plans for the year, and I said, I'm gonna be 34 this year. Holy fuck, I'm in my mid-30s. I don't like that.
Don't say that. I'm 33 next month, Avia.
Hey, listen, you're still in your early 30s. It's all good.
For
I
another
will be
year.
And then 6 months later, I'll be in my mid-30s, and I don't like it. I feel like... I mean, I know I don't look my age, but I feel like I'm getting older, and I don't like it. Don't like it at all.
You definitely don't look your age.
I hate that I'm 30.
I feel you, Fig.
30's fine. Also, Shin, being young mentally, your mental age being young doesn't mean you age slow. You still look like an old man. Especially when you put your bathrobe on with your little fucking slippers and everything.
That's
you have
cute.
the old man
That's
aesthetic going.
So cute. Oh my god.
I get lucky, and just people at work still think I'm somehow in my late 20s, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly how old I am.
Early 30s, not me looking back at that period or anything. Oh, Warded.
Oh, sorry, Warded.
I just realized this tier list is everybody's in alphabetical order by first name.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
It's
I
very
thought we'd start with Stardew because everyone knows Stardew.
Technically Wizard, even though he's called Wizard, his name is like Rasmodius.
Yeah.
So he should be
With the
further
R's.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, but they address him as the wizard, so
I know.
I accept it.
I don't.
I finally got
Hey, where's the witch?
First scene last
Oh,
night.
nice. Which one's
Nice.
that?
Yay!
Oh, I got the one where you can actually go into his room and he starts telling you about his freelance.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so
And
long
then
since I did his friendship quests, or story.
And then I finally met the little guy. Except I don't know how to find him after.
What, Crowus?
Yeah.
He's in a bush in town.
Oh, okay.
But, like, as soon as you've got, like, what is it? You need to get a key, don't you, in a cutscene? And then you can open up the sewer?
I don't remember where the key comes from, but yeah, he's in the
I
sewer.
think you get it after donating so many things to the museum. I think.
Oh, see, I fucked up because I didn't do any of my spring stuff.
You don't have you can do it at any time. Like, I didn't find him in the bush until like year 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Aw.
it's not based on the community center. It's like what's his face? Gunther. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you might already have the key and not know about it. You just need to go and check the, sewer down in the woods where Leah and Marnie are.
It doesn't show up in your inventory. It shows up on like the screen where your clothes are.
Okay.
Imagine people wearing clothes, guys. Couldn't be fictional or Shin.
No.
I
I'm
put
actually
fucking
wearing-
brown today. That's how much I
I am
care about
so
you guys.
proud.
Thank you.
I actually got dressed today too. Not that it's much, but I'm dressed. So
I'm gonna
I
put
had
a
to go
fucking
to the
hoodie on
store.
in a minute.
I had to go to the
Power.
store, so I am dressed.
Oh, so we've only got one naked person then.
Yeah.
just Shin.
I did put some pajamas on though,
I
but
hope
I'm
it's
still wearing the
comfy.
top.
That's
Yay,
Kudu.
Kudu!
Hey,
Kudu!
Kudu.
Let's see that timer go back up, baby.
Sorrow.
We're gonna do a tier list, Kudu, if you want to join.
Stardew tier list.
We've got other... We're just talking at the minute. I do need to go toilet before we start. But I also just want to insult Shin a little more because I've missed him the last couple days. A day and a half was as long as it took me to be like, I really miss Shin.
This tier list fucked up that color scheme. That F should not be the same color as C. That bothers me a lot.
What color do you want it?
Dark red.
I was gonna say blue to like just be like, or a darker green, whatever color would logically come after green on that D.
That seems weird though. Like when I think of blue, I always think of like positive. When I think of red, I think of negative.
I usually do the bottom one red, but they've got S tier in red. F is now
like,
blue.
Go down the go down or up the
gradient.
Rainbow order, you know.
What?
Yeah, like they're in there, see? Like you could just go. I'll change it. I'll change it all for you, Vic.
Aw, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem, no problem. I do need a pee-pees, though.
That looks better. That looks way better.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, we have got this one. We've also got a One Piece one, a Disney Villains, Disney Animation, a Simpsons one, a Cuphead Bosses, Danganronpa one, and a Pokemon Gen 1 one to do. So we can do this for like an hour or so. Maybe a little longer, depending on, you know, how long I want to put off playing Jackbox and Gartic Phone. Or anything else. Like, there's a lot of things we could do, but I need a pee-pees. Pretty bad. Fictional, you're in charge. Pick on Shin some more for me.
Shin, you're a pervert.
What time for me to join?
Coots. Welcome.
Oh,
Hello.
cheers. Did you
How
sleep
was your
good
day
last
going?
night?
Yeah, I say I slept good. I slept for 4 hours.
Oh, that's pretty good for a Friday night. Hell yeah.
It is.
Lord.
That's not terrible.
I had to wake up at 9.
It's probably about as much as I got last night.
I don't understand how you guys can function on so little sleep.
Oh,
That's
I can't.
easy.
I have
How you done?
I have a large coffee inside me right now.
But you're still like I am like when I come home from work, I literally go into like an 18-hour sleep coma because I cannot anymore. Oh, you're welcome, John. You're welcome for the sub.
We're in the mod chat right now, Dawn. But I think after this we're playing
Some
Community
community games, yeah.
like Jackbox and Gartic.
Yeah. And I already planned it out in my head. If y'all do Sea of Thieves tonight or Valheim, that'll be like the perfect opportunity for me to take a nap.
Yeah. I have to go fairly well, not fairly early, but like I'd have to leave at least by 9, 10 o'clock so I can get some sleep because I gotta get up by 7 so I can be at Killian and Jesse's before
Dawn-
11.
Dawn, it's a subathon. Yeah, there you go.
I was gonna do something. Oh.
We're beating last subathon's record, I think, already, because I think it was only supposed to be 19 hours last time.
Something like that.
Yeet.
Holy crap, Pizza Hut must be busy.
And we haven't even included Kudu's hours
Wow.
for Amogus. It hasn't hit the timer yet. You have
Kudu,
to
I
actually
got
deal
you.
with it.
my guy, I donated 5,000 bits earlier, so I got you.
Yo!
So we're
That's
having
That's
we're
20
having-
games then.
I know.
Vic donated 700, and then I donated after my 5,000. I donated another 1,000 because I just have bits to burn. So we got all these games coming up, my guy.
Oh, Logus.
I know. I'm so excited.
Oh, I do, Dawn. Thank you. It's just been, I'm a little emotional lately.
Hugs.
Thanks,
Yes.
Vic. I mean, it's nothing new. It's literally that time. So it's just cyclical,
Yep. It happens.
It happens
Asuna,
so much.
that's what happens when you miss things and you fall asleep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're actually half an hour after we ended the game, so that's on you, Asuna.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta give the obligatory. Duh, what time do you call this?
You have some great news there, Dawn.
What is your great news, Dawn?
I keep having to. I don't know what to do. So whenever you have it on mute, she doesn't get the viewership, right?
I don't
It's
think
not-
so.
it's-
Apparently, as long as the video's running now, you do get the view.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I was gonna say,
I
I
always
just
just have it really low.
Yeah, that's what I have. Like, I have it, almost, one click off of mute.
And I can't be sure, as I've only heard this from Cherry, so not that they're not reliable. I've just only heard this from one other person. But if you mute the tab, it should still give the view.
Yeah, I think Sean said that. I read on their website that as long as the video was running, then they count it as a view.
Oh, okay.
That is what I read on their website.
That's
I
good,
kind
though,
of like-
because-
Sorry, I was just gonna say, I kind of like getting a little bit echo. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
but
trying
you're
to
the
get more-
dumbass
to
that
hear
will
my
play a
voice,
game
though.
with me and still want to watch my stream.
Well, yeah.
She has to flex that she has 2 monitors or 3 monitors or however many monitors she has.
Who, me?
No, me.
All of y'all.
Oh, Vic.
Because
Yeah.
I actually have external monitors. Plus my crap top, as you might say, my Chromebook.
Yes.
My
I
crap top
forgot-
is dead. It's here.
I love a good crap top.
I forgot to finish telling you guys about my computer saga. Like, I know Sean was like, oh, you're flexing on us, but seriously, only one computer is actually in prime working condition. The potato computer, the one I'm on right now, is from 2013. And I only still use it because it's in my living room, and it's like, it runs like older games great, and it also like does the internet and Discord just fine. So I just use it for that pretty much. Crap top, that's like if I'm really feeling lazy, and that doesn't always run Twitch really well, so I usually use that if I'm like stuck on the couch. But my streaming computer's the good one, and I don't use that all the time.
Oh, wait a minute. Punky, you're staying with us for tomorrow, aren't you?
What's tomorrow?
Well, the subathon's going to go on for at least another 18 hours, so it's going to be during tomorrow as well.
For a good portion of it, there's going to be times where I don't, because I have a family thing to go to.
Let me know what
2.
time. At 2 your time.
Mm-hmm. So, whatever time you 10 a.m.?
England is ahead of us. So
So
if
she-
it's
if
2
it was-
your time, it would be
8
Oh, it's 11
Anna's?
now, isn't it?
yeah.
That's fine. It's going to be tomorrow morning for me anyway. My mum's confirmed that she will play games with you if I want to take a 1 or 2 hour nap tomorrow.
Nice.
So you're all going to play some Jackbox or something with her.
That'll be cute.
But I thought, depending on how much longer we go, I'll definitely probably need an hour or so. and she's got the kids in the afternoon, so I was like, well, tomorrow morning, you know, I might be, like, whoever's still awake can still be here and hang out with her, but, like, Sean will be around. I might be able to convince Shin to come and keep her company if he's not busy, please. And my mum can do something with you guys for, like, an hour or so, and then she'll be here to wake me up and be like, you need to get up and do your stream.
If you guys are still going when I get home, I'll join, but...
Sorry.
We're pretty burnt out on Nintendo games, that's fair. I'm happy you're enjoying Sega games. I grew up with Sega.
Yeah.
So I love Sega.
Aw, Kudu didn't make the noise. The echo.
But yeah, I was paying attention. I had the stream on when I went to the toilet. I went downstairs to get some stuff. We will be doing some Jackbox and Gartic and stuff later on, Don. We will at you in Discord if you're not around, so you can join. We will move into Games Night, and as soon as we're in Games Night, anyone who wants to join can join for whatever games we're playing. So if you see us in Games Night, then you are perfectly allowed to join us.
Among Killer.
Thank you, Kudu. Are you just going to do that slowly until all of the bits are done?
Maybe.
Maybe. If I do have a nap, I think I'm going to wait for the Among Us for a day when Avi is around.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I know Avi likes it, and Killian as well, so it'll be a Sunday
And
at some
Haru,
point.
too.
And Haru, and Lovely. So it'll be a Sunday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we can always, like, I know we do Stardew on, like, Sunday mornings and stuff. Obviously not this week because Easter tacos. But,
And also we'll be still streaming.
yeah. But, what I was gonna say is, like, that's cool. Like, we could do Stardew in the morning and then later in the evening, kind of how we do now with, like, oh my god,
Oh,
my
yeah.
brain is just...
Community Day.
Yes, Community Day. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. My brain just, like...
Yeah,
It
that's
would,
what I was
it would be the
thinking.
Community Day, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
Asuna, why?
I don't know what that is. That's wait, isn't that like...
That's the really hot pepper.
Not for you.
No, bad Asuna.
It's hot chip. We're not gonna get to 200 subs. How many subs are we on?
It's hot chip.
5,
At
6,
least
7, 8,
30
9,
some.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45.
See, we're almost a quarter of the way there.
And we're only 30 away for Phasma with Mom, right?
Let me just keep
Think
checking
so.
my bank account. Maybe I can drop a couple more 20s in here.
What is Mum? Phasma with Mum. That's at 70, yeah.
Woo! Yeah.
70, you say?
I just want to see Kudu eat cardboard.
Yeah, but that's at 200.
I know. We gotta get to
God.
200.
Oh god.
Well, how many do we need for 200?
What do you mean, how
We're
many
at-
do we need for 200?
We're at 45.
Asking.
We're
I'm
at
just
45, so 155.
155. Oh. Darn it. Well, too bad. My credit limit on PayPal, I don't have enough to do the 100 subs. So,
Asuna.
congratulations.
Don't trust anything. It's literally fictional. The other day, Asuna was trying to be a really helpful mod, and I got a raid, and he did a shout out for someone who came in with the raid, but wasn't the person who raided me.
Good job, Asuna.
Asuna!
It was really helpful of him. Yeah, so we've already got Elmo games, a crafting stream, a story stream, a face paint stream, and Cheese Academy.
Cheese Academy?
Cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah,
What is this?
Asago.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Asagao. Yeah, Asagao.
Asago. Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
okay. I know
Punky calls it, Cheese Academy. And as I can't say Asago without stuttering a million times, I just now call it Cheese Academy too. So the next one we're gonna be up for is the new emotes. 60 is the mod dad off. 70 is Mum playing Phasmo. 75 is a Discord sleepover with spooky stories. And then a film at the end. They won't be super spooky stories. I have like spooky folktales from Dartmoor, which I can read. Dartmoor's the giant moor that is in Plymouth. 80 is Getting Over It stream. 90 is the mod pumpkin carving contest, and 100 is Jump King. The rest are just stupid. They're just not gonna do it, you know? They're just not gonna do it.
I feel like we should still make the mod video, though.
I feel like we're gonna end up making the mod video regardless, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I want to make a mod video.
The mod
I think
video
that would
sounds
be
fun. I feel bad because, like, Akbar was really looking forward to it, and now Akbar doesn't want to talk to any of us.
Oh.
Aw.
What?
Akbar had a bit of an Akbar moment, and he got into a discussion with Kudu and Asuna, and because, as you know, Akbar moments tend to be Akbar-ish, he got very upset with the outcome, which was no one agreed with him.
Nobody ever agrees with him.
That's just part of being an adult, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But nobody ever agrees with him.
But the thing is, I will not hear too many bad things said about Akbar, because I care a lot about Akbar. He's a good friend of mine, and he's very young. But he did literally leave a Discord server for being too left-wing.
I know which one you're talking about, because I think I mentioned it to you.
You messaged me about it, and then like about an hour later he come to me and was like, I've left the Discord server because they're too left-wing. I was like, yeah, I know, Avery has told me about it. He was like, oh. I was like, yeah, I don't agree with you either.
It wasn't even anything bad. It was just something about... I don't want to like say anything to make him sound bad, because I don't think Ak is a bad person at all. I think he's a product of his environment. 100%
Like I said,
a product of his environment.
I mean, you're talking to somebody whose father is 100% Canadian, but the views he has are quite a bit influenced by his Florida, now Texas surroundings.
Yep.
But like, very much,
I love my father.
when me and Ak fall out, he goes to his mum, and his mum will say stuff and be, without meaning it, because she sounds like a lovely woman to a point, you know, like every person, she sounds like a lovely woman, but she ends up being very condescending to Europe. Like, Europeans are really dumb, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
I'm sorry, what? What? Excuse me?
I just feel like, and I don't mean this in any, like, derogatory way, but she definitely sounds like 90% of the people that live around me, which is Appalachia, which tends to be part of, like, the Bible Belt. And while most of them are very lovely people, their political views tend to be a little bit on the outdated side.
The fuck's a light switch? Of course Europe doesn't have light switches.
What are lights?
I know, right? You still live in mud huts.
Forget the
thing is,
switches!
Leaving a server because there exists two left wing, like that exists.
Oh, absolutely.
I've met Akbar, so I know that it's probably not as the kind of left wing that I believe for.
Just to put it into perspective, before this discussion with Asuna and Kudu happened, me and Sean were still in a voice call, but it was like midnight, so we were about to leave. And these were literally the last things that I could possibly deal with him, was when he turned around to me And he was going on about presidents, and he was like, well, I'm happy that Bernie Sanders didn't get in charge. And I was like, isn't Bernie Sanders the guy that wants to give you free healthcare? And he was like, yeah, he's awful. He'll ruin America. And I went, because of free healthcare?
And I think this is, like, what I have to say on that is, like, he obviously doesn't see the inside like some of us have access to. So he doesn't know how expensive it can be.
Yeah, like, I can't imagine, like, I was working at Walmart, and I had a couple of abscesses that had to be taken care of, and I have no idea how much it would have cost me to have that dealt with in the US, but I'm just like, when my dad talks about, like, my dad is I mean, he's not, like, upper class, but he's wealthy. Like, he's well off, with the kind of job that he does. So to hear him talk about healthcare in the US, I'm just like...
Well, this is the thing, like...
You've never had to be poor in the US. Like, if he, like... I once, Christmas Eve, once, when I was 6 years old, I was like, my neck hurts when I tip my head back, and my parents rushed me to the emergency room because they thought I had meningitis. And I'm just like, could you imagine, like, if I did have meningitis and my parents had to think about whether or not they could afford to take me to
this is something I said
in
to
the middle of
him.
the night?
And, like, one thing that really got to me when I was talking to him was, he, no word of a lie, turned around and said, well, you see, in America, at least the doctors care about you because they charge you. In England, the doctors are so smallly paid that, you know, they don't care. And I'm like, no, it's exactly the opposite way around. If you will do that job for less money, you care more about that job than someone who will literally rather, not help you because you don't have the money.
Yeah.
You know, every doctor in the UK will help you no matter what because they love their job and they want to be doctors. They're paid shit, but they do that job because they love it. In America, if you don't have the money or the insurance, then it's kind of like, well, screw you. I want to be paid.
I think
it's like saying teachers don't care about their jobs. Like, they don't care about the kids because they don't get paid very much.
Yeah.
I will say there are some states, Pennsylvania is one of them, that kind of are beneficial. Like, a lot of hospitals, like Pennsylvania, you're not allowed, like, hospitals, if a patient cannot afford the official bill. So when I had my Bell's palsy, I had an MRI, and my MRI was $4,000, but because I went to my emergency department where my insurance was, because it was the hospital I worked for's insurance, I only had to pay $400. If I couldn't have paid that $400, if I could only afford $5 a month, the hospital had to accept that, and they could not, like, put me into collections because of that. If you could only afford $1 a month, like, if you make a good faith effort to pay your bill a month, some states will not allow it to go into collections. So yeah, you might still amass like $100,000, but if you can make whatever good faith payment on it, is the thing. And, like, there are states that are not like that. Oh, hold on, my pizza's here. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, that's at least a good thing. I'm happy that happens, but it's like, it's just weird. He genuinely... He accuses me of hating America when he belittles, and I'm not just saying England or the UK, he belittles the entirety of Europe for really ridiculous reasons. And most of the time he doesn't actually know what he's talking about. Mm-hmm. You know, when I'm like, Akbar, just stop. I love you, but just stop. Yeah, Scooby's even looking like, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah, Asuna, you gotta take care of yourself, my guy, because 38 is not a good age to be having heart attacks. Just saying. But my pizza's here.
To be fair, no age is really good.
No,
to be having heart attacks.
38 is really young to be having heart attacks.
Yeah, but, like, from the sound of it, when he looked through some of his notes and stuff, they do seem to think it was, like, something that happened because he had COVID to begin with. and it
Oh,
made
absolutely.
him like awful.
COVID, they
Asuna.
but hey, Asuna,
Oh,
I know
God, that was
COVID
nice.
is a
Get
thing,
out.
like, basically, if you have a heart condition or diabetes, like both of them, cause heart damage, and COVID seems to really attack the heart more than anything. Like, yeah, it's a respiratory illness, but it seems really, really hard unnecessarily on the heart.
Yeah.
You did
But
that,
even
Asuna,
still.
and nobody really noticed.
I
You made a
kicked him out.
statement. Oh, you kicked him out?
Yeah, I kicked him out.
Yep.
I thought
that's
it
why
was. I thought.
like-
I thought he left, and I was like, oh.
No,
Okay.
I
No,
kicked
they
him
said
out.
get out.
That's why I was like, wow.
Yeah, no, I kicked him out. Also, so, obviously because we're going for another, 18 hours?
Sweet Jesus.
Obviously if people need to go and have a rest and stuff, don't feel like you have to stay. Especially because, as I said, like, tomorrow my mum's gonna possibly do an hour or so on stream, so I need as many of you there to do that and help her as possible. And Shin, if you do agree to do stuff with my mum tomorrow, please put some pants on.
Yeah, Joe, I think most European people probably are left wing. Like, it's
The best way
it's
to
just like even right wing people in Canada would probably be considered left wing in the US.
Yeah, like our conservative, like our right-wing people tend to be more religious, traditional values, you know.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
kinda
I
where
feel
they
like most younger people, unless you're in the UK, unless you're rich, most young people will be left wing. I feel like most people kind of are in the centre left because, you know, whilst you might not agree with everything the Tories say, they are more worker focused at times. Like, they wanted to raise the minimum wage way more and faster than Labour did, because Labour tends to focus more on benefits and having a safety net. So a lot of people end up in the centre because they can see positives in the Tories, but like view-wise, most people are left-wing because right-wingers tend to be very isolated and insular, and, you know, it's us versus them being anyone that isn't them, basically.
Is Rupert
So-
Murdoch a Tory? Because I would bet money that he is.
Probably.
I'm gonna say 110%.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
gonna say-
isn't he friends with all the lords and stuff?
Well, he owns the papers, so
Yeah.
He's friends with all the like the American right-wing people, so I would assume.
Oh yeah, then definitely,
Yeah, if he-
100%.
If he owns Fox News, then I have a hard time believing he would be left wing.
You see, the thing is, Sky News isn't too bad.
It's so crazy to me. Like, this is the thing that's so crazy to me. Fox News isn't even the worst that we have anymore. It used to be. But now, like, Breitbart Media and shit,
Oh.
they're the worst. Like,
I
they are
did see-
even further crazy.
I did see a meme. I don't know what channel it was, but it was like there were two news things. They were like, you know, you're living in a weird world when Fox News is the one making sense, and I was like, even I get
Yes.
that meme. Even I get it.
Yes.
Anyway, do we want to do this?
Yes,
Fearless?
because this is gonna be
Yes.
the only one I know.
Fair. Abigail.
See,
I was gonna say B.
I don't know her too well.
I
be
don't
I
know
feel
her too
like-
well either.
I feel like she is the one that was put in for, like, the boys, because she's, like, the gamer girl that everyone dreams of, and I have met so many guys who played this game who are like, she's got purple hair, and I'm like, and they're like, she's got purple hair, and I'm like, and? You don't get it, she's got purple hair, and I'm like, okay, she's got purple hair, does that make her wonderful?
Yeah, like, she's pretty, but she's kind of a bitch at the beginning, and not, like, as big of a bitch as, what's her name?
Haley.
Haley.
She's
Wait,
kind
but-
of aloof. That's what I think people think of her, but she's kind of just like an eccentric, crazy nerd.
I definitely put her as B, not because I dislike her, but I definitely think she's the stereotypical
Yeah, she's
gamer
also
girl,
huge.
and I don't like that stereotype.
Yeah, like a huge stereotype because she's,
Huh?
like, I love to eat, and
Do you want to play Dragon Age on Steam?
Yeah.
No, you're gonna play group games with people.
Okay.
Don't worry, Punky and Fictional and Kudu will be here, and we'll make Shin put pants on.
I don't care really about his pants. I'm not going to see him without his pants on, am I?
I mean, it's fine if you want to talk to a naked Croatian.
I want to talk to Punky.
Oh, well, put that on and talk to Punky. She's on there right now. You need to come closer.
Hey.
we can hear her.
Punky, I miss you. Bye.
I
Don't
miss you
shout
too.
it! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, sorry. I thought it had a mouthpiece on
The
it.
microphone's there for a start. I gave it to you so you can hear her, not so you can shout at her.
Oh, she's so cute. Tell her.
She can hear you.
Oh,
They can hear you when you're talking at the bottom of the stairs so loud.
Aw.
They
Anima.
should be able to play traffic.
Yeah, I'll make sure Sean organise this stuff. Go away. Jesus fucking Christ, you can tell she's old. She just grabbed the headset and showered at them. I was like, oh.
What are you doing, Mom? Oh my god.
That was so cute. And you didn't see her. I didn't see her at all. She never once entered the frame.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, I
forgot
wasn't even looking.
I forgot to have my camera on. She probably is that she shouldn't come on cam at the minute. She's in a uniform.
Aw.
It's bright blue. They changed it the other day and it's bright blue and red now. She hates it.
Oh.
And
That's-
it's amazing. Well, Joe, tomorrow during the day, if you're free, she's going to be doing an hour or so on stream when I go to sleep. She won't be on cam because obviously that's my bed and I'll be asleep on it.
I was wondering what you were gonna do for that. I was like, I really want to see Anna just like passed out in the background.
I mean, I could sleep on cam. I sleep in pajamas. It's not like I go to sleep naked or anything.
Well, I imagine if your mom is in the room that you would, even if you normally slept naked, that you would put some clothes on.
I don't like
Welcome,
being
lovely.
naked. I'm the complete opposite of you and Shin. I do not like being naked. Hey, lovely! How is one of the best girls today?
Lovely.
I personally would put Abigail at B as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Hey
Same.
guys,
Yes.
wherever the campfire is, does she got purple hair?
She also had the funny thing is my friend Amanda and her husband always say that I remind them of Abigail because I talk a load of shit and literally we were playing it once and I was talking a load of shit about something and Abigail said something completely similar to what I was saying and they were like, see, she's got a guinea pig, she likes games and she talks absolute bollocks.
Guinea pig named David.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
eyebrows, the best boy. He's now a hermit pig. He sits in his house, and when he wants to move around to go to his food bowl and stuff, he just like hitches up his what guinea pigs have for shoulders and moves his house with him.
Your guinea pig name literally reminds me of the two chickens my one coworker has. There's Chicken Alfredo, which is kind of a funny name because it's Chicken Alfredo. It's like food. And then Chicken Larry.
Nice.
And I just crack up my ass every time.
Chicken Larry?
Chicken Larry. She let her 5-year-old son name him, and that's what he
Best name.
picked.
Oh, I love that.
See, the thing is, I had a guinea pig. My first guinea pig. I didn't name my first guinea pig. He was called Mac. So, like, he had a million nicknames, and one of them was Mac and Cheese.
Yes.
As well as Porkzilla, Porkzilla the Hutt, because of Jabba the Hutt for some reason.
I like that one.
Pork
That one's funny. Oh my god.
scratching, Porky, pork chops, sausages. There were just a million nicknames, and they were mainly food-based. We didn't eat him, I promise. I loved that guinea pig. And then I had Parmesan, who was technically named after food, but technically not named after food. And my favourite YouTuber, when they did a wrestling show called WCPW. I think they changed the name halfway through, but I can't remember what they called themselves afterwards. When he was the general manager there, one of the wrestlers, Martin Kirby, used to call him Adam Parmesan because his surname's Pacitti. So like it was like the whole I can't pronounce your surname, so I'm gonna call you Parmesan. So when I got my 2-1, eyebrows and parmesan, I named parmesan Adam Parmesan Pig Cheaty.
I love it.
His name's nice. Right, Alex.
That's a good naming convention. Lovely. I like that.
I'd put Alex in a D.
Yeah, I don't like Alex. He's a jock.
Yeah, I've never played this game, so I've only really got really strong opinions on 3 of the characters I can see.
Well, when we get to those, we'll hear your strong opinions, I promise.
Oh my god, Cootie's the new Matt.
Oh my god.
I think Alex is a D because
He is a
I don't
dick?
think he's well, yes, he's a dick. But I don't think he's entirely bad because I do feel like his backstory is kind of painful with his parents and everything. So I do have some sympathy points for him there. So that's why I would not put him in an F tier, but he still sucks. And the comment that gets me the most is when he's like, hey, why don't you wear a bikini sometime? And I'm like,
ew.
Yeah.
I've never seen that comment. That'll make me dislike him more.
Yeah, I don't know him very well, so I'm gonna...
Put him in F. Cancel him.
Yeah, that comment itself deserves at least...
Cancelled. Cancelled. Now we'll put him at a D.
I'm giving him credit for his parents being awful.
You see, I've never got all the way through his friendship story because he just annoys me. Like, so many of his sound clips are just... It's like Haley. I don't care if there are good things about Haley. To get to the good things, you have to go through so much crap. And I'm like, they're so unlikable. They are literally the most unlikable couple in the entire game. So I'm happy they're usually paired off together because they're just so unlikable.
They deserve
I get
each
that.
other.
I just feel bad for him because I can't remember. I think his dad left them abandoned. Like, I did not marry Alex or get to his like date or anything. But like from what I've played, his dad abandoned him and his mom had to work like 3 jobs to support them, and then he would go visit his grandparents over the summer, and then I think his mom ended up dying. So that's how he ended up with his grandparents.
His grandparents, I'm just gonna tell it now, I will be fighting for them to both go into S tier because I love them both.
Exactly, me too. Yep. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like, his grandparents are his saving grace. But that's actually, like... I'm actually, you know, I feel bad for him, and I might need to go through his storyline at some point to see it, and, like, the dates and stuff. But it's just, it's getting to that point. He's just so annoying. I could never do it with Haley, and I don't think Haley has a, like, sad story or anything to go through. She's just a bitch. She is just a bitch.
I feel like if I had to pit Alex and Haley together, the only thing working for Haley is she's pretty. Alex, he's pretty, but at least he has a sad story behind him. So I would rank Haley worse. I would rank her worse.
Pretty but with a sad story. That's what we like. Pretty but with a sad story. What about the bodyguard? Does anyone have any strong feelings about the bodyguard?
I don't even know.
I've never met him.
He's the guy in Sandy's shop?
Yeah, he's the one in the corner that stops you going up to the casino until you've done the skull caverns.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm gonna do this nice thing, and I'm just gonna make a...
I've literally not spoke to him. I've literally not spoken to him. So
I would say even if you like put him in a new one, who the fuck are you? I like it.
I fucked that up. I wasn't meant to do that. That's meant to be F tier. I mean, Alex belongs in who the fuck as well, but you know.
I know him.
I guess what I was gonna say is, if you didn't have a category for him, I would have put him at C because he's not offensive and he's not like, we don't love him. So that's where I would have stuck him.
Paige! Hey, Paige!
Hey, Paige!
Thank you very much.
Hey.
That was Kudu as well, going, hey! I hope you're doing well, buddy.
I don't know if that was a hey or a page.
Paige knows some of us.
No, I meant Kudu. Like, Kudu's...
Oh, yeah.
Kudu's little sound where he was kind of, like, in pain there.
The amalgamation said hey, and then Kudu was like...
Right.
I like that that's now what we're just calling ourselves, the amalgamation.
You know, like, the thing is, I don't agree with it to a point, because I can tell you all apart very easily, unlike Asuna and Seemit. Those two I get mixed up with. But I like it so much because I like all three of you so much that I don't mind you three thinking you're the same person. Because I'm like, well, that just makes you one even bigger, amazing person.
Well, I look at it more as the amalgamation is like triplets. Like Punky's the sweet
I like to
one,
think of it like
Vic's the lewd one, I'm the bitch one. You know?
you're not. This is like, right? Did I ever tell you guys? Because I know none of you go to his streams, but there was an actual stream where Shin said he wasn't a nice person, and I sat there looking at my screen like, what the fuck are you going on about? You're the nicest man I've ever met.
Yeah,
you literally won't. Like, you literally won't say boo to a goose, you know? Like, genuinely, he is like the sweetest person who will do anything and everything for people. And he's there like, I'm not a nice person. And I was like, what the hell is going on?
Wait, if he's not a nice person, then we're all fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I have been pretty petty.
Oh, fantastic. The amalgamation strikes
Paige,
again.
Thank you. Paige, thank you for confirming confirming the issue.
That's why we call ourselves the amalgamation, because nobody can tell us apart.
I was gonna say, because you're both, Avia and Punky are both the sweet one. I'm the lewd one.
That is true.
Aw, thanks, Vic.
I do feel like at some point, though, we need to get Shin in here to, exactly explain to us why he doesn't think he's nice when he's literally the nicest person in the world.
I've
100%.
literally not heard you anything that's not nice.
I mean, he'll bitch about people, of course, and he gets angry and upset about people, and I think me and Perp both sat there and was like, that doesn't make you a bad person, that makes you human.
Yeah,
and I was like literally, he never ever, like, I annoy him so much, and he never says anything about it, you know? He just sits there and he, you know, replies. Look, there he is.
Look, there he is,
hissing.
he's hissing. But the fact that he never went and, like, chewed those people out for not sending him his, like, controller game thing, whatever, is kind of, like, amazing to me, because I would have been carrying it all up in that situation. I would have been like, oh no, come on.
Oh yeah, I become a massive Karen when
Same.
Yeah, like during like some customer service issues.
I want to point out, like, for as much shit as this one person at work gives you, Shin, for as much as you dislike this one person, you still went to their birthday party, and you were there for like 7 odd hours.
Aww.
I wouldn't
like
have
how you
gone.
don't
I
say
would
the
have been
person's
like,
name.
well, yeah,
But-
because, you know, I don't know if he wants me saying it on stream.
But I also like how you make it pretty clear who it is.
People who know, the people that know, you know? But, like, you're just the sweetest person, and you sit there and you went, I'm not a nice person, and I think everyone in your chat went, what the fuck are you talking about? So at some point, you need to put your pants on and come and explain yourself.
Absolutely.
No dick slips allowed.
Only
I
nip
also like-
slips.
You keep saying pants, and I just want to make sure that he shows up in boxers. And
Yeah.
not trousers.
I mean, I'm sure he knows what I mean by pants.
Just something covering his nether
Yeah, like, it
regions.
doesn't matter what he puts on. He can put
It
his
could be
shorts
a
on.
leaf.
It could be a leaf.
I will be sad if he shows up in trousers though, instead of actual boxers.
The stupid
Wait.
thing is, it doesn't really matter because we're not going to see.
Well, I mean, he is right. It is the weekend. Pants aren't an option.
They are when his roomie's back. He's just lucky his roomie's not there.
I had to wear pants to go to the store today, so
I have
I
to
just
wear my
have to wear
pajama
pants.
bottoms because, you know, I'm on cam, and if I stand up and I haven't got pants on or trousers on, I might be in a bit of trouble.
Anna ass.
There'd be some
Chicka wow
lawsuits,
wow.
you know? There'd be a couple lawsuits at that point.
Okay, Caroline.
Okay, see, Paige is confirming that he does have a good storyline. So
You know he asks he asks you to wear a bikini though, right, Paige? Like, you know that?
I'm assuming since she has married him, she probably knows that.
The thing is, we play Matt D because none of us really like him. We all admitted that we haven't done his story, and that his story is sad, that what we've been told. But until any of us have actually bothered to do his... And I plan on it, you know. I want to see it now that Mavia told me about it. You know, like, that could change in the future, but him and Haley just bug me so fucking much. So much. But I am open in the future to finding out, you know, more about Alex. I'll do it on stream as well. We'll do an Alex marriage because I think M's liked Alex as well.
Yeah, I think M's does like Alex.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call like a person like him in real if he was a real person. I wouldn't say he was a bad person.
Just wouldn't be someone I wouldn't want to hang out with.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like he's a D-level person as a character.
Sebastian
like,
is an
like having a sad backstory does not give you the right to be an asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would even argue that I don't think he's so much of an asshole as he is
a jock.
A jock, but like I was gonna say more like somebody who just doesn't know how to socialize with the opposite sex.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
you know?
I have done a couple
that ass
things
in a
with
bikini.
him.
Yeah, that's not an understandable.
Well, that's not exactly how he says it.
To be fair,
look good in a bikini.
To be fair, Fig, I did earlier on tell Shin to dress up in a really short skirt and do a dance for me.
Sure, but you were joking.
I mean, I'm not joking. I will pay to see that.
Sure, but that's a little different than like somebody you barely know going like, you would look nice in a bikini.
True.
Like,
I know Shin. I do know Shin.
But I think that's also his like 1 or 2 heart level, maybe. Like dialogue in the summer.
That's still
so you know him.
That's still barely knowing somebody, really.
You see, his dog is the thing that I want to know most about. I like that he's got the dog. Like, I have done some of his friend stuff, and I do remember being like, oh, he's actually really sweet, actually. Because I think the time that I married Elliot, it was either going to be Elliot or Alex. But it's just... It isn't even his personality. It's those little... like, it's the same with Shane. Like, it's those little bits of text that just repeat over and over again. But they repeat too often when you get to know them a little better. And you're like, actually, I'm fed up of listening to you now say the same fucking thing. You know? And I was like, I can deal with Elliot because he's a writer and I'm a writer, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bring him to your farm. That's sad. I know there's a mod where you can see the dog. I believe.
I think, now Paige, remind me if I'm wrong, but I do think that Alex is insecure about, I think his, drive to be athletic is because he feels so insecure. Like, he feels like he has to be strong to protect those that he loves, because I think his conflict is, oh, he doesn't read, you know, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's about as far as I got.
Wait, he doesn't read or he can't read?
I don't know if he can't read or if he just doesn't read because he has a hard time reading. But I remember there being, one of the events he kind of goes, he's like, I was never all that smart. I want to protect my family, you know, and he's very gung-ho about being strong. Yeah, that's why I would not put him in F tier, because even though he can be a little meh, I do feel he's not as bad as he lets his brain out. Do you know what I mean?
Let's think about that for a second. What does he think he's protecting his family from?
Well, his family's old.
His parents also, his father abandoned him. And actually, I think it's implied that his father was into drugs. But I don't quote me on that one, because that one I'm not as confident on.
Because that I would understand. Because then,
died.
Then you've got, shady people coming around your house, probably, or, your dad's going out to see shady people. But I'm Stardew Valley is not, a dangerous place.
No.
No, but I think he's also just insecure in general because, he doesn't have that family net that everyone else in the valley does have. Like, he doesn't have his
Yeah.
mum and dad anymore. He's only got his grandparents.
And when they die because they're aging, he has nobody.
Yeah, so I can get that, like, because a lot of these characters are very, you know, stereotypical in a way, and like it's kind of like it feeds into his need to be strong because, you know, he it probably feels like he can't be weak around his grandparents because his parents have died because they're kids as well, you know, or one of them were their kid. So I can get that.
The more we talk about it, I would probably move him up to C tier.
You're making me feel bad for him.
I know, like, Paige is in here. She's
No.
like,
I mean, like, I would understand, like, why that would make somebody want to be emotionally strong, but physically strong, I don't see the connection.
I feel like some people, like...
Maybe it's because, like, if he can't read and he's not academically good, he can...
has to be.
He can kind of, like, crutch on the fact that he's athletically good, so he feels worthy of whatever it is he wants.
That's how I always took it, was that he was very, like, well, if I can't be brain smart, then I'm gonna be strong enough that I can support my family doing something physical labor-wise.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
kind of
sweet.
how I took it.
Paige said when you marry him, he's very family-orientated. And how he likes having such a nice area to raise his kids and give them what he didn't have. That also means my pizza is here. That's my pizza alarm, by the way.
To be fair, Paige, I have a feeling a lot of the guys are like that because Harvey's also super like that. Constantly talking about how nice it is to raise the kids on the farm.
Oh, exactly, Paige. That's what we were saying, too. Like, some of the stuff he says is very, like, oh... You know,
oh,
like,
you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's like he comes off very incel-like at the beginning, but I think that's like a good like analogy. And like, while I'm not, you know, saying go out and hate on every incel, you know, I am also not going to sit here and say that they're all good people. But I do think a lot of it comes from the being insecure, and finally when they start feeling secure, because a lot like there are some that do realize, oh my god, I was fucking stupid, you know, and I think maybe that's kind of what's going on with Alex.
And that's the thing, like, his comments don't make him a bad person. It's just like, you're not worthy of my time if you're gonna make comments like, there are enough decent human beings that aren't gonna talk to me like that.
Yeah, that aren't gonna say, hey, you'd look nice in a bikini, you know?
Like, you see, that is my problem, is what Paige said, is in real life, I'd probably avoid him.
Yeah.
I don't want you to see how many boxes I've got from Papa John's. I'm going to turn my cam off for a minute.
Well, Anna, if you want to feel less secure, I literally had 3 boxes from Pizza Hut, so...
I would usually get... Yeah, I would usually probably... When I would order from the pizza place, I would sometimes get like 4 or 5.
To be fair, I have got the pizza for during the night, but I've got that sandwich thing as well. Which is 1 more box than I would usually have. And I did get the cinnamon swirls because I like cinnamon.
Nice.
I put the boxes away. I might eat the cinnamon swirls first. Scooby-Doo, you're not having any. Go away.
I wanted to see, like, if I could find a list of his, like, regular...
You know what? I sat here and said we won't take 7 hours to do a tier list. And
Okay,
we're only
let's
on
move on.
Stardew Valley, and we've already been here like an hour.
Let's move on. I was looking for a list of Alex's, like, normal dialogue, but I couldn't find one.
I'm also not going. I'm also
C tier.
C tier. She gives you tea.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like I feel like she's not really like a memorable.
Yeah.
No.
Who's she even married
hasn't
to?
been. Caroline. She's married to Pierre.
Right.
She's Abigail's mom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. She
not-
genuinely didn't have anything going for her at all. Until they gave her the storyline about T, and then it's basically that little bit about T, and that's basically it.
I am gonna be contrarian and put her down in F tier.
Wow.
Because, and the reason I do that is because I believe the theory that she cheated on Pierre, and
With
that's
the
how
wizard.
Abigail. Yep.
Mhm.
I know she says, ooh, yum yum. I know she says
be
Abigail.
jealous of that. That's cinnamon swirls. They're better than the pancakes you were smelling yesterday. Be fucking jealous, Shin.
I feel like, ooh, yeah.
To be fair, I feel like
Stick yourself.
if somebody says "ooh yum yum" like out loud, I feel like that would be a reason to believe that they didn't cheat on somebody, because like if you cheated on somebody, you're not gonna be one that overt. I mean, unless you're just that kind of person, which it doesn't seem like she is. Like,
Well,
to me, that says.
I know she had said in her dialogue that Abigail dyes her hair purple, so it could be Pierre's, but I don't know. Conspiracy theory in me says.
I mean, she must dye her hair purple because purple's not like you don't get hair that.
I don't
Her
know.
mom has green hair.
I mean, I assume she dyes hers too.
Yas
Which,
has
I mean,
like
who
purpley
dyes-
hair.
Who dyes their hair that color of green?
I would. I love green.
That color though.
That's like tea green.
Makes sense.
Yeah, she's a tea girl.
Mm,
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I would still put her as C because she's not really like memorable, but it's not really her fault either. Like it's
Yeah,
not because she's a bad
she's-
person.
She's
just
literally
did not
just
get...
someone's wife, basically, and mother.
Yeah.
I said, like,
Yeah.
the story with her and the tea, when you get the tea, is kind of interesting, but that was, like, an afterthought years after the game was made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy putting
Yeah.
her at C or D.
Yeah, I mean, I would say C just because, like, I would say D if there was, like, some evidence that she had cheated on Pierre.
I think the community says that the fact that Abigail always, quote unquote, or Abigail says she feels drawn to the wizard's tower as evidence is what they cite.
That's like, I mean, that's like she, like that would mean that her DNA somehow tells her
Oh, right.
who her father is, which makes no sense.
But there are cases IRL where siblings who have been jolted the whole way across the country still manage, like without intervention, still somehow manage to find their sibling. Like they
That's
become
right.
friends with them and then find out that they're related and they're like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Until there's actual proof and storylines about it, I don't want to think the worst of someone.
I don't think it's bad. I just think, hey, you know?
I mean, Pierre is an asshole as well. So
I
we'll
feel
get to Pierre in a
Pierre
minute.
does
I don't think
not...
Pierre's an asshole.
He needs to work more. He takes like 100 days off a week.
I feel like
What?
He takes one day off a week, Anna.
And,
Wednesday.
and after you do the community center, he starts working every day.
I was gonna say
Who works 7 days a week?
He should.
But that's what my point is for Pierre, is I don't think he's a good husband, and I feel like that's why Caroline cheated, because he's so devoted to his job. He's a workaholic, and I feel like Caroline left to get attention because the wizard was giving her attention, and then now, you know, she has Abigail, and I don't think that means that she doesn't love Pierre, but like, if the wizard was giving her like more emotional support, makes sense. Just saying.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody in that town.
Yes,
works 7
lovely.
days a week.
Some of them end up dating by accident. Yes, that's what I mean.
I like the fact that, you know, that you said yes, Lovely, and the first comment I saw from Lovely was, oh, and the porn, and I thought, you just went to porn.
That's
Clint.
what I thought too.
Tell me about Clint.
I love Clint. I would put him as S tier / A tier.
I feel bad for him. I think I
know.
feel bad for him because he
Yeah,
likes
A.
Emily.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't like that whole, like, they made Emily dateable, when they had the whole love story with Clint going on. I thought that was really mean.
I feel like they like, my personal opinion is when they made Emily dateable, they should have made Clint dateable, and that they should have been the couple that got together. Like,
Yes.
they should have been rivals. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I love Clint. I think he is the sweetest guy.
I'd put him at A. I like his story as well. Like when you get along with his story, like especially the fashion show. That's really sweet.
Oh
Yeah, he's lovely. It's one thing I love My Time at Portia as well. That's a game I really like. But the one character that everyone tends to go to in that, Arlo, if you don't date Arlo within a specific amount of time, his storyline to date another character already starts. And they're even worse, because it's not even just, like the other character never gets over it or anything. They change it so if you date them and their storyline starts, then Arlo will literally stand around the place thinking about this other person what's married to you. So,
That's so
they
awkward.
really fucking guilt trip you in that game for dating one of the dateable characters.
Yeah. I mean, that's realistic, but also sad.
I don't think it's realistic. Like, don't agree to marry someone if you're in love with someone else.
Sure, but I'm sure that happens in real life.
Maybe.
It's something
yeah.
that's real. Like,
It guilt trips me. I never married him after the first time because I was like, well, fuck that for a laugh. I'll marry the doctor instead.
doctor.
I can't remember the doctor's name, though.
I was romancing Arlo in My Time at Portia.
I think
And
most
I
people do that first time. Him or the one with the pig.
I like his personality. It's very my type. Like the confident, cute guy.
Mhm.
You know?
There's a reason why he was used on most of the promo material.
Yup.
That is Demetrius, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, he's at least a B.
Yeah.
He's smart. He's attractive.
He gives you bats.
He's a good
he gives you
husband.
bats.
Yeah, good dad as well.
I
Yep.
love him.
Yeah, we could put it. Yeah, B. Because he is also kind of bland as well after a while.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
that's what keeps him from an A or an S tier, is that he's
Yeah.
not really, there's nothing really to write home about.
He's just an all-round good character.
I also
Yeah.
am not a huge fan of his hair. His face is great. Face is great. Hair could use some work, buddy.
Yeah. Stop fussing around with bats and get a haircut, hippie.
He's got the science
Or
hair, you know?
like grow out the afro, or just do something.
Oh, don't talk about growing out afros, because Asuna's gonna come in here and be like, I heard you want me to grow out my afro again. No,
Good
Asuna.
lord.
Nobody
what
wants
about-
you to grow out your afro.
What about the dwarf?
Strong opinion coming through.
Oh,
Oh.
is it the
S
dwarf?
tier.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright,
I
why
don't
do you
know that
have
much.
strong opinions about the dwarf? Tell me.
Look at that face. Can't deny that face and S.
What face?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I love the fact that Kudu is over here, like, completely silent, letting us girls duke it out, and then just, yep, I'm still paying attention. Here's my strong opinion.
He's
So
been sitting
wait.
there waiting.
Is your second strong opinion going to be Krobus?
Who's that?
This one here.
Which one where?
We're a little bit behind.
Yeah, there you go.
He's
Oh,
yeah.
that's my third.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm
Okay,
guessing the
I
goblin.
also-
The goblin is the second
El
one.
Goblino, yeah.
Oh,
sure,
fucking
that-
course, a fucking
Krobus,
course.
what? I mean,
Necessary.
we can talk about Krobus. Krobus is clearly S tier.
Yeah, Krobus
mean-
is S tier, and if you think he is not, we need to take you out back and
Well,
teach you a
I
lesson.
mean, we can talk about these two together, because aren't there two races at war as well?
Are they really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
like
think so.
wasn't it the dwarfs that killed off Krobus's people?
I think so.
How
Because
dare.
they
Fuck off.
crash landed underground
Yeah,
and drove out the Krobus people.
because I think
And
doesn't the
their
wizard
storyline
get
is-
involved with it, and like they're fighting, and the wizard shows up, and it's like that's enough. You two can get on or just leave it.
yes,
That's very sad.
both
Makes
of
me
them are S
dislike
tier people.
It makes me dislike the dwarves a little bit.
Not that dwarf. Oh, that dwarf didn't do anything. He just turned up vibing, wondered what was going
To
on.
be fair, that dwarf is kind of just like a product of, watching
I
this
think-
war. I think the whole point of their story was to, like, get to the point where you can be kind of like, well, actually, they can be friends and coexist. They're meant to be the two in there. I think, I don't know, because I haven't done much more with them, but I think the whole point of the two of them is that, you know, they learn to get on.
And I do think, if I remember correctly, the argument that they're having when they're fighting each other is that Krobus is basically saying, you killed my people, and the dwarf is like, it wasn't me, it was my ancestors.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're kind of fighting over that, and that's when the wizard is like, neither one of you killed each other's people, so let it go.
Yeah,
basically. Fair enough. S tier for both of them.
Peace today.
There you go. They can both go in S tier.
Yeah, world peace.
That's the point. Kudu, have you seen, you like Vivi, don't you?
Vivi?
From Final Fantasy. Have you seen my picture?
Yes, that was so good!
I didn't hear what that was that Kudu said.
I have not.
Go and look in art.
Photos.
Yeah, go and look in the art gallery. I posted it in there. I was thinking of you when I was drawing it.
Friend!
Aww.
Best character. Best character.
I drew him thinking of you.
Thank you.
And then I was thinking of Punky when I drew the Moogle.
Aww.
Because I knew she liked the Moogles.
Moogles are also the best character.
Well, I like the shadows as well from Kingdom Hearts. They're cute.
They're also the best character.
Thank you, Kudu. Right, Elliot. I will say to put Elliot at A tier because he is my go-to marriage person. But the problem with Elliot is I think it's in the story that he just abandons you when you're, like, pregnant.
What?
What?
Like, I'm not joking. I don't know if it is when you're pregnant that he does it, or whether I was just fucking unlucky with my timing of getting pregnant at this event. But when I was pregnant, he literally goes for an entire week on a book tour.
Ansel him.
Wait, let's look this up. Let's know for sure. So Elliot.
Ansel him.
But I don't care because my experience with him is that he left me when I was pregnant to run a whole fucking...
I was gonna say A.
I think he's one of those characters that they don't really have any big special story to them, but they also like, he's just a nice person. You know, he wants to be a writer, he writes his book, he's sweet about it, he's not offensive in any way, he's always friendly to people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, lovely.
But there's also but there's also like the thing that he also there's nothing special about him either. I wouldn't put him in S tier because like he just doesn't do anything special other than write his book. I'd say the same about Leah as well. Like there's nothing special about Leah other than she does her sculptures.
I feel like if I had to compare him and Leah, I like Leah more.
That's
Only
fair.
because of her boyfriend drama, ex-boyfriend drama,
I thought it was
ex-girlfriend drama.
ex-girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
Or do they change it depending on what sex you are? Fair.
Yeah, it's whatever gender you are, yep. But Elliot, I feel like because he doesn't have that, he's not as interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like, with a bunch of these characters, they have that thing that will emotionally attach you to, connect you to them. Whereas Elliot, he's a great character. I love Elliot. I married Elliot. He's the only one I had kids with. You know, he is in my big save file. I really like Elliot. But, like, I liked Elliot because I'm a writer as well. And I understand how he felt. Like, if I could have done what Elliot had done to go write a book, I would have fucking done it, you know? Because I want to be a writer. So I understood it, but I feel other people will kind of just feel he's, like, a nerd that wants to write a book. There's nothing else to him, which doesn't make him a bad character, but I don't think it makes him an S-tier character either.
So from what I can tell, it's the 14 heart event, and has nothing to do with pregnancy.
He still fucking abandoned me, though.
I mean, that is, like, awful timing.
Like, it was
not
awful
gonna
timing.
lie. Because the pregnancy thing is so, like, there's, like, a certain % chance every night after you're married, after a certain hearts, that it can happen. And the fact that it happened to happen where your guy got like the 14 hearts is just kind of hilarious to me.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
it was hilarious to me as well. But like, I'm not actually taking any points off of him. I genuinely don't think he would be like an S tier just based on the fact that there are so many other characters with like stories that you can connect with. Elliot doesn't really have that to put him in S tier. He's a great character, hence why I want him in A tier. But he's kind of like meh after that, you know?
I'm gonna be quite honest. The only reason I really liked Elliot at the beginning was because I liked his hair. He has
That's
very
fair.
suave hair.
I didn't like
His
his
very
hair.
nice hair.
I genuinely didn't like his hair. I thought it was drawn really nasty. Which is weird because, you know, I was in love with Shin's long hair. And his hair was
Did Shin
actually
cut
a
his
mess.
hair?
Yeah, Shin's cut his hair.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't know. I
His hair-
actually kind of like Shin's new haircut. I think it suits him.
I don't know what he looks like now, so
Wait a minute,
he doesn't ever stream when I'm not at work. So
Aw.
I mean, that's a lie, because you were once not at work in a voice chat with me and Shin was streaming. And I was at his stream.
Fictional court in 4K.
You can't hack a man's your way out of that shit. I feel like I got a screenshot of him doing something dumb. Was it with his... I need to look through my YouTube streamer collection of screen cap. Yes! With a stupid fucking robot. Here you go. There you go, fictional.
I like the name. Aww.
Guys, the cramps are coming back. Help.
He's cute. Oh, Avia.
Right, we're gonna put Elliot in A tier before Avia dies.
I'm dying. It's okay.
Emily.
I'm not a. I don't want to say I'm not a fan. She's interesting, and she's very sweet. But I don't know. There's nothing really to write home about for her.
Yeah,
Either.
again, another kind of bland character.
She looks like she
Like,
would put a
she's-
firecracker in a poop.
The thing is, she wouldn't. She's actually quite boring.
She's
Yeah.
the opposite. She would sit there and meditate on that poop.
She would.
Oh, you don't want to meditate on a poop.
I mean,
My grandma used to call pooping meditating, actually.
that's
I mean,
funny.
I would put her at
genuinely-
C.
Yeah, I'd put her at C as well. I genuinely like her
Yeah.
cutscenes. They're quite fun. But, like... I never
would
got that. I didn't even get why they made her a dateable thing. I never got why people like... I like making friends with her to get the sewing machine, and that's about it.
Okay, I changed
think-
my vote.
Well, used for a sewing machine.
See, I would put her at B just because, like, there's nothing... Like, she's at least nice. Like, Caroline, like, I just don't see it as much of a person at all. Emily, I feel, at least has a personality.
Okay,
That's fair.
I would agree, probably B, but the reason why I'm changing my vote from C to B is actually because it is solely on this fact. At the luau, she is dancing,
On her own.
and when you talk to her, it says she's unresponsive. And the nurse in me just finds that hilarious because when we say a patient is unresponsive, we mean they are out, they are not responding to any stimuli, verbal, physical, anything. And it makes me laugh every single time. And I love her for that.
I'll agree. Like, I have no real strong opinions on her, so... Right.
The dance coma is
Yes,
what...
it's pretty much what it is.
Right. Granny and Granddad.
S tier.
all the way. I love like getting desserts and just giving them to George so that he can smile and say thanks.
I
I can't
love
wait
them.
to get into their
Like-
stories. Do they actually have good stories? Like, do you
The
actually
thing-
get to like?
I like
Um,
George's story.
Evelyn,
The
I don't
difference-
think really has much, but George it's really sweet because it's like just the story of an old man getting old, basically, and like all the horrible things that had happened to him beforehand,
Yeah.
which made him like in a wheelchair and stuff, and he just warms up to you, and it's kind of really sweet.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
for that
like-
reason, I would say, oh, sorry, Fick, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, the difference between, like, George and, like any other character who's an asshole is, like, you really have a reason to, like, see why he's an asshole.
Yeah, like it isn't like someone else where it's like, oh, he's old. No, he actually has good reason, and he apologizes for it as well afterwards. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, but this is what my life was like, and I'm a bit, of a crotchety old man now.
And to add to that, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about this morning with, like, assuming somebody can't do something, because one of his cutscenes with Penny, of all people, I feel like she gets the mail for him as a nice gesture, a kind gesture, and he, like, explodes at Penny, like, I didn't need any help. I didn't ask for any help. And then when Penny, like, when you say, she was just trying to do a nice thing, sir, he's like, I'm sorry, I really shouldn't have yelled at you, but I'm not that, bad off. And she apologizes and says, no, I'm sorry, I should have asked for your, like, if you needed help before. And then they kind of, like, make up. And I like George's storyline as it goes on, because you kind of learn why he's in a wheelchair. Like, what is going on, and he's really not as crotchety old man as he seems, and for that reason I'd give him S, but I'd give Evelyn an A, because I don't think she's really offensive.
She's not quite as interesting.
Yeah,
but she's
and
I
think
she is Granny. She's very sweet. And I think, well, I guess if you think about it, she does, like, at every festival, George is always complaining about it. And Evelyn's just like, this reminds me of the good old days. And then she kind of tells you a little story about, like, them when they were younger and stuff like that. And I think she's just like, she sees the good in him.
Mm-hmm.
That's still there.
I find, like, George is at least, like, he's sweet even at the beginning. Like, even though he can be an asshole, he's also sweet right away.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Haley's just like, yeah, she might get better, but she's also just straight up a bitch right away.
Don't worry, I have feelings about Haley. We'll get to Haley.
No, I keep Evelyn Granny on S tier. She's just so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I
don't disagree. Sorry.
She just reminds me of my grandma. Like, I just want to hug her.
No, she's the fucking total opposite of my gran. My gran was a fucking bitch, but...
I was gonna say, I wish I had a nice grandma. The only nice grandma I had was not even my grandma. She was just our neighbor that we called grandma.
Aw.
No, and I was gonna say, like, I don't disagree with S. I personally would probably put her at A just because she's less interesting than George.
Oh, no, I can
say I don't disagree with A.
And I think I say that too. Like, 100%, I am okay with her being in an S tier, but I would also probably put her in A just because I find her, like, pretty much the same with Vic. Like, I find her just less interesting than George.
Yeah, we were talking about that in Discord today, lovely. That exact thing.
That's why I brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pushing somebody's wheelchair is, like, I don't see why somebody would, like, think that that's okay.
Like, the weird thing with Penny, though, like, I mean, I'll talk about it later on, but yeah, no, I don't get why she sometimes acts the way. Like, I know her heart's in the right place, but it's kind of like, he's in a wheelchair, he's not incapable of doing things.
I feel like, for Penny, it's, like, her heart's in the right place, but I also feel like she just doesn't, like, kind of like Alex, like, not knowing how to talk to the opposite sex. I feel like Penny just doesn't really know how to socialize because her mom is so fucked up.
I was gonna say, like, at the end of the day, it's not exactly like Penny had a good start in life, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Penny can kind of come, like, even though she is, like, I think she's genuinely a good person, can come off as kind of a bitch. But I think that's just because she didn't have a good role model.
Right.
Does anyone have any opinions on the dude in the Adventurers Guild?
Is that Gil? I think that's
Gil.
Who the fuck?
I would put him at C tier because he gives you all those cool rewards when you complete the monster list.
That's true.
But-
You
Alright,
do
we'll
just
play
get
Matt
shit from
C.
him.
He's non-offensive.
But I feel like, the mayor should go in who the fuck, because he doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, the governor guy?
Yeah, the governor.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, he comes for the luau and that's it.
Are we putting this goblin in S tier just for Kudo?
Kudo?
Oh, wow.
Kudo.
Kudo. Sorry, that might be a Canadian thing. Does anybody else have Kudo? Like, phone company?
No.
No? Okay. That's the jingle's just Kudo.
Welcome back, Joe. We've got a little bit further in this tier list. To be fair, I'm saying this, I don't care how long it takes. We've got 17 hours to burn through,
Right?
Like, I'd
If it
rather
takes
burn
us 7
through
hours, that's 10 hours less. That's 7 hours less of tier lists that we gotta do.
Exactly. Grandpa, does anyone have any strong opinions on our granddad?
Yes.
I mean, he almost is a who the fuck, because he just comes in, judges our farm, and then fucks off.
I was gonna say I put him at F tier because that judgy old dead guy, like, fuck off, man. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like the beginning of the game is really sweet when he leaves you the farm and then he just comes back from the dead to say, "You suck! You didn't do what you wanted! You didn't do what I wanted!"
Yeah,
leaves.
even if he's like happy with everything, it's like, oh, the farm's never looked better, blah blah. I'm like, well, if the farm was a mess, I'm still fucking trying. Fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't need to
F.
prove any shit to you. Fuck you.
F for fuck you!
Right.
That's where he
Fuck you,
belongs.
granddad.
But also,
Gunther.
thank you for leaving me the farm. Question
Oh,
mark?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck you, but I'll have the farm.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you were gonna be a judgy prick about it, like, I'd rather just work my job at JoJo Mart.
Yeah, for real. I like it though. It's like F for fuck you and F for farm. There we go. That's where he belongs.
Fuck you. I'm glad you're dead.
For a minute, I thought you said Punky, I'm glad you're dead. I was like, excuse me? I was gonna be like, that's a little bit mean, fictional. I might actually have to, discipline someone for a change.
Oh, poor Punky.
slash ban fictional.
I'll do what Shin did and just actually /ban fictional. The funny thing was he come back into the channel and was like, wait, this works? It lets me talk? And I was like, no. Sweetheart,
Shin.
your name is still
Shin.
Shin, not Shin.
First of
Oh my
all,
God, that's so
you can't
funny.
ban yourself.
Gunther.
Do you even get to talk to him much? Like,
Only at the event.
does he have heart? Oh, does he have heart? Does he have heart events? Can you
No.
be friends with him?
I think he's kind of like, what's his face with the. I just noticed we're missing him. Marlin.
Gunther?
Marlin. Oh no, he's there. He's there. He's like Marlin. You can't really interact with him outside of like. I don't think Gunther even goes to a festival.
You know what?
But, like,
you know
He
what?
doesn't know.
D tier. That asshole. Every time I go into the museum, he's like, "Looks like you don't have anything to donate. Get back out there." Fuck you.
Yeah, D tier for donate.
Yeah, donate to me, asshole. Where's your minerals? Oh no. Oh, you've got 100 quartz. Don't give a shit. Give me something else. Give me something new. Fuck you.
All these valuable minerals, and you don't want a single one of them. You want a new one? How dare!
No, it's lunarite or nothing.
Love it. Love it.
Right, who has strong opinions on Gus then?
I like Gus.
I like
I wouldn't
Gus,
say
too.
strong. But I think he deserves an A. Like, I had his heart event. I think it's his heart event where the pub isn't doing very well. It's not Pam's, but he puts up with Pam a lot.
Yeah, because she's basically drinking him out of the fucking thing, isn't she? With a tab.
You've got to be a saint to have to put up with her all day.
Speaking of saints, now this is gonna sound really, really weird, and I don't know if it's just the way he's like drawn, but he reminds me of the ghost of Christmas Past or Present from a Christmas Story. Is that no
Christmas Carol?
Christmas Carol.
It's
the Jolly
head.
Santa with the wreath and the big old whatever he is. Whatever. It's been a long time. Just trust me on this one.
Look how big his head is.
He's like Mario. Like whenever you really like talk to him, not the close up one, but the far away one, he looks like Mario.
Thank you, lovely.
It is the ghost of Christmas Present, by the way.
That I wasn't sure. I thought Past was the ghost guy.
Yeah.
And Present, I was like, I think it's Present, and then Future is like the real scary one.
Past I think is like a child.
Oh,
or a woman.
The girl. Yeah. Right?
It's still a ghostly thing.
Yeah. But the jolly happy guy, that's what Gus reminds me of. Because he is, even though Pam is like basically putting him out of business, he's happy. He's still happy and he still serves her. So I think he does deserve an A. A for awesome.
Alright.
A for A Christmas Carol.
A Christmas Carol.
That's even better, Fick. Love it.
Right, can I just talk about Haley for a minute?
Yes,
absolutely.
go
Because
ahead.
Haley is literally every single thing I hate about women. Everything. Like, she's the girl that bullied me at school. She's the girl that complained because she thought I was a guy going to the girls' bathroom. You know, she is literally the worst human being in the world. All put together, you know? I hate her. I genuinely don't think I could ever go long enough into her story to find out if she's a nice person. I don't even care at that point because she's been such a bitch.
I am gonna agree with you in a way, in the way that I say, I wish Haley, like, I wish I was Haley, but like the nice version of her. Like, without all the asshole-ish, I wish I looked like her, so that makes me automatically want to be like, no, fuck you. You know, like, she's too hot.
Fair.
F tier.
I want to put her in F tier. She's fucking horrible. Like, there is no reason for her to be horrible to your character when you first meet. Like, at least with, like, Shane, he's down and out. He doesn't give a shit anymore. He just doesn't want to talk to people. He's an alcoholic, you know. And then he, like, warms up and he's like, she's still judgy when you're friends with her.
Yeah.
She's still a bit of a cunt even when you become friends with her.
Yeah, she's just mean.
For no reason. Right, come on. I know we've got Harvey fans here.
S tier! S tier!
I do love the cutscene when he's doing the, is it yoga or aerobics?
Yes. Oh my god. And he's just so sweet and he's just shy and except for the fact that he's afraid of you.
He's afraid of you.
Yeah.
That always bothers me.
But he's so sweet and the thing is, he's probably only saying that cuz he's just an insecure little man. And see, this is why I don't like the argument that Alex is insecure, because Harvey is what the difference between Harvey and Alex is that Harvey's a good person.
Yeah.
And Harvey's insecure, and maybe it's just because he's older, but I have a feeling he was like this as a youngin as well. That's what a person acts like when they're insecure. Alex is just an asshole.
Because I don't think he necessarily is scared of you. Like, I can't remember. Oh, it was just a minute ago when we were playing fucking AI Somnium when, like, the guy was like, oh, are you scared of Big Metal? Are you scared of Mama? And I'm like, she's 12. She's probably intimidated by this giant of a woman that, you know, is making all these innuendos that she probably at 12 knows kind of what she's saying, you know?
Oh, absolutely. At 12, you definitely know.
Yeah, so, like, and not that, like, not anything against the character, but it's very obviously a guy that's either transitioned or dresses as a woman. We learned that the other fucking story route, you know? Like, so it's It's terrifying for a 12-year-old to be in front of there. But it's not necessarily that they're scared of someone. It's intimidating to be in front of them. And because I'm guessing your character is seen as being a confident character, because you're meant to go out and befriend everyone and run the farm and do all these amazing things, he's probably more intimidating than scared of people, because he is a shy and retiring guy, you know?
I will say...
A character in the game I was playing earlier, lovely. Best character, by the way. Mama is best character.
I'm guessing she's actually trans, because those boobs look like...
She is trans,
like,
but I don't think she's full transition, though, because there was a joke about her having a dick or something in the other side of the story. That's why I didn't want to, like, say anything and have someone come in and be like, actually, because I can't remember, because I forget within a week.
I mean, she's still trans.
Oh, yeah, she's still trans. She's also the best character by far.
I will say, and this does not change my opinion on Harvey, because I always, every Harvest Moon game that I can date the Doctor, I date the Doctor. So I would still keep him an S tier. But as a girl who has been told by a lot of guys in her life that I'm intimidating and I scare them, it does make me insecure when guys say that to me. Because I'm like, what is so wrong with me that is scaring you? You know? Like, what am I doing that terrifies you?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. But he's just... and maybe it is... Is this game in English originally?
Yes. I think Concerned Ape is American.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, it seems like it might be a translation thing, because it definitely intimidation does seem like the better word. And
as soon as
thank you, Dawn.
It's not confidence though, because I'm not confident. I'm just an asshole.
You do come across as being confident, though.
Yeah.
But I'm so not confident.
That doesn't matter because you come across as confident. I'm the same. Like, people say I come across as confident when I'm like panicking and almost shitting myself, you know, because I'm terrified of everything.
I just literally, it's like, don't say that to someone, because that just makes me more insecure, you know? Like, don't say that. Like, don't tell me I intimidate you.
I don't think people get that. They're like,
I think like people think it's a weird compliment.
Yeah, it's like,
I think
one
so
of the
too.
Things, my friend Fiona, when she was losing weight, the one thing that would always annoy her, because she lost a lot of weight, was when people was like, you don't need to lose any more weight, you've done a good job. And she was like, whilst I get that they're trying to compliment me because I've lost a lot of weight, that doesn't matter because that's not what I'm feeling. And people don't get that sometimes when they say things to be nice. It's kind of like, yeah, but at the same time, you're not in my head, and that actually doesn't come across as a compliment to me.
Yeah, like when somebody literally says to you, like one of your really close guy friends says to you, I used to be scared of you, but now I know you're a really nice person. Like, that doesn't make me feel good about myself,
it was like,
you know?
I've talked about it a lot, but it was like when my manager was like trying to cheer me up in our meeting, he was like, I thought you were rude once, but now I just realized that you're autistic. And I was like, okay.
Thanks!
I'm insulted on 2 fronts now!
Compliment, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, that's not a compliment.
Neither of them was a compliment.
That's even worse.
Yeah, he just insulted me twice, and I had to sit there in a meeting with him and another manager and be like, okay, yes, this is not helping my mental health issues whatsoever. You just basically said I come across as rude, but it doesn't matter because I'm autistic. And I'm like, no, no, that's not how this works. And hey, Seema.
Yeah, because apparently all autistic people are rude.
Alright, the goblin.
Well, apparently he's S tier.
We don't know much about him.
I don't think there's any story to him, to be honest. You give him mayonnaise, and that's it.
Story. S.
See,
he does.
Cootie knows nothing about
story,
it. We'll put him,
no more.
We'll just put him in S for Cootie.
He did give me a reason to really strive for that void chicken.
Oh yeah, you went like 3 years about one, didn't you?
Oh, I'm in year 5. I was almost at the end of year 5 when I got a void egg. So well, I'm in year 6 now. Well, and I had a void egg, but I didn't think to incubate it first. Because I got the witch event in year 1. So I didn't realize like how rare that was. You didn't know about it,
did you?
Like, I didn't know how rare it was.
There's a lot of things that, like, the game just does not tell you, so I never knew about. Like, I had to mod grass in because I'm a dumbass because nobody told me, hey, stock up on grass during fall so that you could have hay for your chickens and animals in the winter.
You can't buy it.
Yeah.
From Marty.
I only have like 1,000.
But Stardew has always been a game like Terraria where you learn a lot of it through the Wikipedia.
I feel like Concerned Apes main, like when he made the game, it wasn't for people who've never, like, it was mainly made for people who played Harvest Moon as a kid. And I feel like it just has gotten so popular, it has introduced people to the genre. But I feel like because he made it as a love song to Harvest Moon, because he basically improved on stuff that Harvest Moon didn't have. He made it better, and I feel like he kind of assumed most of the people who would play it early on already knew the basics of it. I don't think he really expected it to get as popular as it did.
That's fair.
Yeah, lovely. I had to download it because I had nothing else to do, so I asked Gracie about it, and Gracie sent me the link, so I have it downloaded now. But still, like, I shouldn't have to mod things because of things that I'm not smart when it comes to games. Like, I'm stupid as hell. Like, I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, at that point, they probably think you'd have got money to buy the hay anyway.
Yeah, like, and I
not.
personally, like, I have so much anxiety about, I had so much anxiety about, getting married and eventually, like, having kids in the game because I'm like, am I gonna, like, lose hearts with my husband? Is he gonna want to leave me? Like, if I don't, like, talk to him every day and everything like that? Like, I had genuine anxiety about whether or not, like, I had enough time in the in-game day to work on the farm and still make sure that I was, like, talking to Harvey and, like, and I'm just like, how often, like, do I have to give him gifts, like, every day or every week or every season, in order to make sure that our hearts stay up and that kind of thing? Like, so before I got animals, I definitely looked up, okay, what is necessary, like, what do I need in order to, like, keep animals happy before I even bought my first cow.
That's fair.
It's so funny to me listening to you guys talk about the things that made you nervous because, again, I think this is kind of like the difference because, like, when I bought Stardew, I already, like, just knew all that stuff because I played Harvest Moon since I was, like, 11 years old, you know? So, like, it was just something I knew. So, like, I was never stressed. So, for me, it was a very relaxing
I was never stressed about
scenario.
This.
But I just think it's really interesting how, like, depending on what your background is with the game, like, how stressful it can be, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, I was stressed about it, really only because I thought I needed to get married in order to, like, hit, like, because I thought the, beats you have to hit with your grandpa, like, if you're not married, it's, like, 0% whatever, like, you don't get that beat kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to get married, but I also, like, need to make sure that I have enough equipment to like, have enough time in the day in order to, like, spend some time with my husband and that kind of thing. Like, I just,
that's really cute,
like,
though.
if that was game ending, then thank you. if that, like, made me dislike the game or anything, then, you know.
See, may have come up with the comment of the stream so far. Put a fence post around your player character to protect their virginity.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
100% see it. If I had done that, then Elliot couldn't have fucking left me when I was pregnant with his kid.
That'll never get old.
It was literally the best thing that happened in my playthrough. I was there like, you fucking... And because, like, at the beginning, he writes these really long, eloquent letters, and at the end, it's like, oh, yeah, I'll be home probably tomorrow. And I'm like, fuck you, you bitch, I've got your child here.
I love it.
I just, I like the idea of, like, the do-nothing run. I want to know what happens if you literally wake up, go to bed every single day for 2 years.
I'm sure you could probably find a playthrough on YouTube. 100%.
I heard of somebody doing it. I can't remember who it is, but
I mean, it wouldn't
I
be
definitely
that
wanna
long,
try
to be
it.
honest. It would take like 2 hours maybe?
probably like
Depending
I
on
mean,
how
like,
long
maybe
you
even less.
start. Yeah, depending on how long your loading screens can be.
Yeah, I knew I heard it like in this community. Somebody was talking about it.
Corin is doing that.
Hmm.
I don't know who Corin is. You finally found the one
Elena.
Asian market in your town. Nice.
Nice, Hermie.
Nice.
Fantastic, Seema. Yes.
Hmm.
I said it before. I follow this person called Jack on Twitter. She's a activist for poor people. She writes a lot of cookbooks for people on a budget and stuff. And she started going on the other day about Eastern European food. And I know a lot of Polish people, and I've had a lot of Polish food. And it's just kind of made me sit there and it's like, I really, really want Eastern European food again. I miss going to the Polish market in town and stuff like that. Because they would bring in everything from, like, Eastern Europe. It wasn't just Polish stuff, it was everything. And I'm like, I just want to go back and get some sausages and shit, because it's just nice.
My friend got mochi. I think you might even be able to get it in the grocery store here in town.
Yeah, some places that sell it in town in Plymouth. It depends on, what they want to sell.
But they have like flavors, like they have green tea and red bean and.
Anyway, the annoying little girl, is she called Jazz?
Jazz, yes.
I find her annoying compared to Vincent, who is cute.
I
So,
prefer her
see?
over Vincent. I don't like Vincent.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. Oh my gosh. I love Vincent. Vincent's adorable.
Maybe it's because I genuinely like little boys over little girls. Little girls tend to annoy me more than little boys do. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because, I have more in common with what a little boy would have in common with. But, like, even Cordy, she likes, like, cars and shit like that. And I still just find her such an annoying little brat. Whereas Giles actually can act like a brat. Like, if he's left alone too long, he'll follow you around and be like, no, I want attention now. And
Aw.
stuff like that. But I just find him... Maybe it's because they're bossy. A lot of little girls are very bossy, whereas little boys just kind of, like, pout at you and, like, they're like, no, I want attention. Whereas Cordelia literally called me lazy one day because I wasn't making her lunch when I was making her lunch. She literally said, you are sat there being lazy on your bum, Auntie Anna. You should go and make me the food. And I was like, it's in the oven, my dude. You don't want frozen fish fingers, do you? And then she got it into, oh god, I've just forgotten his name. Joel's head that, Joel's head that, they were gonna have pizza. And I was like, Cordelia, I've told you you're having fish fingers, it's not pizza. And then when her mum come home and Giles was upset because he didn't have pizza, though he ate all his food unlike her, my sister was like, why did you tell him that he's having pizza? I was like, Cordelia told him he was having pizza. And Cordelia was like, I did not, Mummy. Auntie Anna said we were having pizza. I said we were having fish fingers. And I was like, shut up, you little brat.
I think I may have given Vincent something that he didn't like, and I was like, well, fuck you.
Yeah, but he's a little kid.
No, I know. I'm saying I think that's my bias.
I don't think I put her low. I don't really remember much about her other than she's Shane's niece? Is she Shane's niece?
I don't even know. She's I don't know. I don't know whose kid she is.
I don't think her parents are in the game. I'm pretty sure she's Shane's niece, which makes her Marnie's grandkid.
Family. Oh, she's Marnie's niece. Shane is her godfather.
Ah, fair. But yeah, other than she gets on with Shane, like, that's all I know about her, to be honest.
Just so you guys know, the wiki confirms that you cannot marry Jazz.
I'm happy to know that. Thank you, Wiki.
Thank you for the information.
Okay, I'm back.
I
What did
put
I
her in
miss?
a... We're talking about Jazz. I have, like, no real strong opinion, so I'd say to put her in C.
Yeah.
But like I
think
know
she's a cute kid.
Vic said that she liked her more than Vincent, and I'd probably put Vincent at a B, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind putting
yeah.
her at a B if that's what Vic wanted.
No, I think that's fair. I think, like, I think they're kids. They're not particularly great kids, either of them.
I feel like the reason I like Vincent more as well is I like it. Like, we're coming up to his mum and his dad, and I really like his family overall.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really like his dad. I like the small little moments you see him with Sam. I like Jodie a lot. She's one of my favorite characters. Whereas Jazz just doesn't seem to really do much.
I feel like in the same vein, though, I really like Jazz with Shane. Like, their moments are really nice.
Yeah. I haven't got a real strong. I just don't like her as much as I like Vincent, so I don't mind putting her C and or B.
I'm fine with B. I think B's a good spot for both of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
They're cute.
Yeah.
They're inoffensive.
I'll put them both in there now then. Look at
Vincent's
them
so
together like
precious,
always.
though.
They're inoffensive unless you give them a gift they don't like.
Then they can be a
Well,
Although
little
to be
bit of a
fair,
dick.
all of them are like that. Even Linus was an asshole when I accidentally gave him extra algae when he wanted algae. Literally, it was like, "Oh, thank you so much," and then it was like, "Why would you give me this? You think I like garbage?"
Wow.
Yeah,
Down
so
with
Fuck you,
great.
Linus.
I love you, Linus, but fuck you.
F tier Linus. Fuck you, Linus. Jodie. I love Jodie. I'd put her at A. I generally
just
think like a lot of her story, like the little story bits you get with her are quite funny. She's like the gossipy mum. Her kids seem sweet, and she's just inoffensive and nice.
Where do you find her at?
In the house,
I feel like
mainly.
I feel like I really don't have that much interaction with her.
She's
yeah,
usually at home because she's like a housewife.
yeah. When I did my big playthrough, the one where I married Elliot, the one I've got like 100 odd hours in, I made a thing to make sure to befriend everyone to at least as high as they could go. So that's why I've done a lot of the stuff with Jodie. But most of the stuff with Jodie is like related to Sam as well. So you just see her being Sam's mum, and she's just an everyday mum,
There's a nice little event when you get I think it's Kent's first event. She makes popcorn for him, and it's kind of like
it triggers
it's
him.
It triggers him, and it's kind of sad, and she's just like, "But you love popcorn," and I'm just like, "Oh, you're so sweet."
Yeah, I'd put her at A with Gus, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like the two of those characters you don't really talk to much, but unlike Caroline, they actually have story and character.
Yeah, I agree. I'd put both of them probably at A because I like both Jodie and Kent. Just because like you're right, like Jodie's really sweet mom, and I feel like she has a lot of good interactions with her kids. But like I don't think she's like super fabulous, but I definitely think she's better than Demetrius in like the parent realm. And the same with Kent. I find him more interesting than Demetrius. But again, I think
it was an interesting attempt to like put a really serious story in there with it, like a character. And I like the fact that, he brought in that character in year 2 as well. It's not a character you meet. Like, you meet him because he comes back from the war, and then you get like this whole story. So you spent a year in this town with everyone, and then he comes back and he's like, "Oh well, everyone likes you," and then he slowly opens up to you, and like it makes it actually feel like he was away in a war because he was away for an entire year of the game.
Yeah, I think that I would almost put Kent at S tier because of how like interesting his character is, and he comes back like even though like there are times where like he's not super approachable, and like the first hard event he's kind of yelling at his wife, but even then like he calms down right away. Like I think I would almost put him in S tier.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because he's like a super nice character or anything, but he is nice and he's super interesting.
Yeah, and like it's that thing, isn't it? Like the more you get to know him, the more you realize, oh, this guy's really been affected by this war. And it's one of those
Yeah.
things that opens up, because, like, you can imagine that Stardew's just this game set in a little village and nothing's going on other than, you know, the Joja stuff. But there is this fucking war going on, you know? That was enough to scar someone that much, you know?
Yeah.
Seema is gonna piss over the floor if Penny is an S tier.
Well, he's gonna piss all over the floor then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get ready to whip your dick out and pee all over that floor, buddy.
Get ready to clean up some piss, Hermit.
We've already had some conversations about Penny. I don't think she's gonna be low, though. I just think,
No, I don't think she's gonna be low either.
No, she's definitely nice, and she's probably a better person than anybody else, like than most other people in the town.
We have some opinions, though, but we'll get to that because it's Leah's turn.
She's definitely had, like, her lack of a good role model has had an impact on her.
Yeah.
What does
Leah.
Leah do? What does Leah do?
She's a sculptor.
She's an artiste.
Hmm.
I feel
I
like
don't know
we
much
really
about
see
her.
her.
She spends a lot of time in her house, like Elliot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she and Elliot are, like, the hardest people to ever track down. And if you do track them down, it's usually at the bar on Fridays or Saturdays.
Yeah, and Sebastian. He's a pain in the ass as well, because he only comes out of his room a little bit.
Yep.
But
I like Leah. I find since we put Elliot in A, I feel like Leah has to be an S then, because I like her more than I like Elliot, just because of, like I said earlier, that ex-boyfriend like storyline. I think, or ex-girlfriend storyline, whatever, the ex storyline, because it is very interesting to see how a controlling ex responds to the person. Like, she just has a much more interesting time, I find.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
I don't know
she
anything
is
about her.
the person I'm marrying in Friendship Valley at the minute. She basically escaped from a controlling, semi-abusive relationship. Came out to Stardew to do her artwork.
Mm-hmm.
She's
And
alright.
then
I find her kind of boring, to be honest, but I like her enough that I'm marrying her.
I feel like,
I'll
well,
marry
and
a
to kind of
boring
go off
person.
of that, she left her ex in the city to come out, and then in her final events, like, her ex gets back involved, and, like, not with her, but, like, her ex is, like, actively stalking her, like,
Oh.
calling her. Yeah, I think, like, one of her story things, like, depending on the thing, like, they want to come in and they want to buy her art because they want her back.
Yeah.
And I think if you do, like, the online, like, like, basically host your stuff on Etsy or whatnot, like, her ex ends up buying a whole bunch, and it's like, what will it take for you to come back out here and be with me? And, like, she basically punches him, I think, or punches them.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty
nice!
great. Or you can do it. I can't remember. But basically, yeah, her ex is, like, actively trying to get back with her. And
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I'll put her an S tier for that, yeah.
Yeah.
that's why I
awesome.
like her better. I think even though, I think if you took that away, I feel like she would be the same tier as Elliot. Like, I feel
Well, yeah,
like they're...
because that's why, like, as I said, Elliot is probably, like, Sebastian was the first one I married because he's obviously, like, the emo boy that girls like me are gonna like. And then Shane was my second because, you know, I was interested in, you know, what happens when you do go through his story and everything, seeing he was a drunk and suicidal and all that. But Elliot is my go-to because he's just a writer and I'm a writer. But he literally has nothing other than being a writer. I think he's a great character, but that's all he has. So, like I said, Mia is exactly the same, but she does have that story, which, you know, automatically would make her more interesting than Elliot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna question whether or not she would be a whole tier above Elliot, but I agree with punching her ex is that.
You see, I haven't got that
makes
far
S tier.
yet, but yeah, that definitely puts her at S tier.
Yeah.
Right. Does anyone like Lewis? Because I find him annoying.
I don't...
D. Solid D character.
No, I was gonna say B.
I
B
say
or
He
C.
gets mad. He gets mad at you for putting his. First of all, he has a golden statue of himself. Secondly, he gets mad at you for putting it in the town square.
I mean, here's my thing. I I guess the one down thing I don't like about Lewis is the fact that he won't come clean about his relationship with Marnie.
Yeah.
But I do think he's a good guy, and I don't think he does anything. Like, I think he's, like, trying his best, but has a town full of unruly teenagers, is, like, how I would, like, describe it. Like, basically, I think he gets mad at you because you're just messing with his shit, and he's, like, a dad, basically. Like, why would you do that? You know? Like, how dare you do that? Like, I don't think he's, like, malicious. I think he's a really sweet guy, and he seems to really, really love Pelican Town, and he really wants the best for it, and he gets so worried about Joja buying up the old community center and, like, making it a warehouse. Like, he gets really upset by that. So,
But can I also ask where he got all this money for a gold statue of himself?
Well, okay. I mean, I think the
butter.
relationship... What?
Because I think the statue, like, literally melts when, like, if you leave it in the thing all night, like, it turns into a different object. Like, it's not. I don't think it stays
I didn't
the same.
realize the. Wait, hold on.
If I'm recalling it correctly, I didn't do it myself, but when I was watching a Let's Play of it, like, that happened.
It is Solid Gold Lewis, is what it's called. But
Gold Lewis.
And I think the object it turns into is it's a rotten fruit.
Yeah. So why would it turn into a rotten fruit? So it can't be solid gold, you know?
Well, and I don't think I don't know why that shows up after the statue's removed, but it calls it solid gold. But the relationship with Marnie, I mean, that's his business, right? If they don't want to come clean about it, then that's fine. Like, that's not anything against him, I would say. But I think that, you know, the idea that you even have a statue of any kind of yourself is that's one thing.
But what if it was something that he made, like, as a self-portrait for, like, a contest or something? Like, I'm not saying that's what it is, but, like, would you have the same feeling if it was something he made for a art contest?
Yes,
I mean,
if it was solid gold. I've never seen him in the fucking, you know, mines trying to mine up this gold.
If it was that specific, where it had to be a life-size statue of yourself, and
It doesn't have to be a life-size statue. Like, it could just be like freaking Van Gogh doing a self-portrait or something.
But that's not what it is.
It could be a self-sculpture, like a self-portrait sculpture.
Yeah, but he then went ahead and was big-headed enough to make it out of gold in life size.
Right, that's my point, is if the competition was specifically... I would have a different feeling about it if the competition was specifically, it had to be life-sized and accurate and...
okay, well, here's the other thing. If, like, obviously the people in Stardew Valley do not think badly of him because he has gone unchallenged as mayor for 20 years, according to him.
That doesn't necessarily mean he's a good... I mean, and I don't think he's a bad mayor.
No, but I'm just saying, like, obviously his, like, constituents don't think he's that drastically terrible that they need to run against him.
I mean, to be fair...
election, though.
The U.S. elected George Bush twice.
Yes.
And Trump.
Unfortunately.
Well, they didn't elect him twice.
No, but they elected him once.
My point is, just because somebody is continuously elected does not mean...
I know what you're saying, but in a small town of 20 people, I feel like if you're doing a piss poor job, you're gonna get voted out real quick.
I mean, to be fair, but he was kind of doing a piss poor job because, like, a nobody farmer has to fix up the entire town.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he says that, like, he's willing to abandon the community center if people buy subscriptions to or buy memberships to Joja Mart. He's like, I'm one
He can also be
away.
the only one with a gun.
Like, and that's the thing. in a small town, you have much fewer options for good mayors.
And to
I
be
mean,
fair,
I know that. I grew up in a small town.
I can't
of
even
less-
see someone that would want to be mayor in this group, to be honest.
Right? Like, I mean, maybe Pierre, but he's pretty busy.
I don't know. I'll concede and put him in C tier, but I don't think he's worthy of B tier. He gets
like
grumpy
Lewis.
too much. He puts all of the town's problems on a basic stranger.
Yeah.
But I kind of almost, I don't know if he actually does. Like, I don't think he ever says to you, well, fix Stardew Valley for me. I think he sees that you're doing well, and he's like, wow, you're doing a great job, buddy. You know? Because
I feel like
he
he looks
is
down at
literally,
me.
What does
he's
he?
the same as every other farming sim mayor.
Oh,
Mayor
yeah,
Thomas, Mayor
Sure.
whatever, from any Harvest Moon Story of Seasons game out there. He is literally carbon copy.
My thing is,
Hands
like,
off.
what does he do all day that
Stand
he
in
can't
front of
fix
the
up
shops.
community center?
Well, he also
Yeah.
tends the garden. He goes around and he talks
His
to the
own
shop
garden.
owners. Yeah, he tends to his own garden, but he goes around, he talks to shop owners.
So doesn't he? Like, it doesn't sound like he actually does much for the town.
Maybe he's talking to his shop owners to see what they want to see changes.
Anyway,
he
that's
goes
enough,
away.
that's enough about Lewis. Because,
But then he's
you
not
know,
doing anything about it.
He's in C. We've
You
got
don't
in the
know that.
middle. What about
Here,
Linus?
No more question.
I
Linus!
mean, I think he's got to be S tier.
S tier.
Mm, B.
Oh, incorrect.
Oh, man.
Incorrect! You're just wrong.
I actually really like Linus, so but I don't think he's worthy of S tier. I think it's kind of offensive when you ask him if he wants to come live with you as like, hey, yeah, do you want to come live on my farm? Like, do you want to be my roommate? And he's like, gets upset. Like, I know where he's coming from. Like, oh, no, I like to live off the land. He basically strikes me as a van lifer. Like, he likes to be out on his own on the rugged terrain, just doing whatever, doing his thing. I get that 100%. But if somebody were to say, hey, do you want to come be my roommate? Like, there's a better way to approach it than getting pissy.
To be fair, he's dressed as a literal caveman, and you're asking him to come live with you? Like,
I mean,
doesn't
yeah.
make sense. Like,
The
why
thing
would you
is-
ask?
the thing is, it's like, I mean, it's the question is, it's unprompted, really, to ask him to move in with you. And
I don't think it is, though, because I think the scene is him complaining about something. And you ask, because, like, everybody that I know that has gotten to that scene, they're all like, oh, yeah, I would love to have Linus as my roommate. So we ask him, and he's like, what? No.
Do we know what it is? I do want to look it up because I think that this is important. Linus.
Am I making it up that he thinks of himself as a hermit as well?
He is a hermit. He does identify himself as a loner.
But that's the thing, like, hermits who go and live this kind of life are different from, like, homeless people who are living that life because they have to. And I feel the game just wants you to understand that he probably picked this life
Yeah.
and he's happy with that life. So it's the same kind of thing as the George thing where, you know, doing things for George without asking is rude. You know, thinking that maybe he preferred to live in a house when he's obviously chosen to live this way. You know.
I mean, I guess my take is I don't think it's like because I'm reading the 8-heart event right now, and it says Robin, Linus, and the player appear in front of Robin's house. Robin offers to make lunch for Linus, but he refuses, saying, I had great luck foraging today. And looks at the player and asks them if they have something to say. And the good option is, I'm just pleased that Linus is doing well, which I don't think is really fine, But, like, I feel like for most people who, when they really like a character, they're automatically going to jump to the, oh, I'd like to invite Linus to live on the farm with me, because I think it's misleading because they think he is going to come and live on the farm. And then, you know, and he does say he appreciates the kindness, but he lives the way he does by choice. Prefers to live alone in harmony with nature, which is fine. That he values the friendship with the player. But, like, when you go to his, like, first one, where he is literally, oh, what is it? Like, when he is outside with Gus and foraging, you know, like, it's, I guess it's just really weird because it seems like a juxtaposition, because he makes it sound like he's having a really hard time getting food. So, like, when Gus is like, all you have to do is just ask, buddy, you know, it kind of makes you feel bad for him. Like, not like pity, but like, oh, maybe he's struggling and he wants to live this way, but he's too proud to say anything.
Yeah, but I think the point of his first one is more to do with the fact that he eats the food out of the bins because it's waste. You know, if you're gonna throw food away, then, you know, it might as well someone eat it. And that's just part of his foraging because he lives near to a village.
Yeah.
I think the point is, like, if somebody else was complaining about struggling, you wouldn't, like, go that far offering them something, right? Like,
I guess it depends. Like,
if somebody was like, oh, like we talk to a lot of people online who sometimes, like, struggle with, I mean, Punky mentioned earlier in chat, and I don't want to call you out, Punky, but it is something you mentioned. You have $3 in the bank account.
Yo.
Nobody went to be like, oh, Punky, you should come live with me.
No, I know, but here's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at it, I think, from a different angle that you guys are looking at it, because I'm looking at it as, wow, me, as the player, really likes Linus's character when I got to that option, and I thought it was kind of like when you ask Krobus to be your roommate. Like, oh, I could live with Linus. Linus would move on the farm. He'd have his little tent.
I know, I'm butting in, but can Krobus come live with you?
Yeah, Krobus can be your roommate.
Why did I not know this?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a good outcome, ask Lovely. Lovely had to mod her game. Did you ever get that finished, by the way?
What happened?
I don't know the specifics of it, but she, like, got him to move in with her, and then now he won't talk to her at all or something.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Something happened. I forgot. I don't really know the specifics. I know she just was going to mod him. Oh, he does live with you right now? Were you not going to mod him out?
Everything is broken.
Everything is broken!
I feel like it's just Lovely's computer, honestly, at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a glitch in the game. No, I mean, it could potentially happen with anybody's game, but
no, I get that, but what I'm saying is she has so many glitches with so many games I'm starting to feel like it's just her computer just doesn't like anything.
No, and I was just thinking, like, it's probably safe in general to invite him over.
Right, again, like Lewis, we will put him in A, we'll go in between the A, the S,
we could
and
put
the
him in B. I was gonna say,
You wanted to put him in B?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were still on Lewis. My bad. I was like, we could put him in B. I don't care. Okay, that's fair.
Oh gosh, I was like, what?
Right, the adventurer guy. I can't remember his name. New PC is coming soon. Hype.
Nice.
See?
He's another one of those, like, I mean, you do get to talk to him a little bit more, but, like, there's not, he doesn't seem that interesting. There's not a whole lot to him.
Maybe B. I would consider him B because, like, he's kind of like Caroline in the sense that like, he doesn't really have that much of a story to him, but he's useful like Emily is, in the sense that like if you lose your shit and it's a very important shit that you can't get back or you don't have the money to get back and you have to therefore go through him to get it back for like half the price.
I'd still put him in C though, because that's pretty much the same as the other guy in the thing. I don't find him any more interesting than the guy that's asleep all the time.
Then why is Emily higher? Because what does Emily do that's different?
Someone liked Emily, that's why.
Well, and you can have like conversations with Emily, and you can like have
you can marry Emily.
Yeah, like there's more to her backstory.
And you can't really marry Marlon, which is so sad.
It was because of the fucking dancing. That's why we put her in D.
Yes. Because that's why I said that was the only thing. Marlon, I do agree with Punky. I think maybe he should be B tier because unlike Gil, where he just doesn't really do anything other than like giving you rewards for your stuff and being a shopkeep, I do think it is pretty neat that you can talk to him at festivals because he does show up to every festival, unlike Gunther. And he also lets you buy back like a very important item that you may have dropped in the mines.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you can talk to him way more than you can talk to Gunther.
Yes.
And he's
definitely not
more
D.
useful. Like, Gunther is great, don't get me wrong. Those rewards you get. Well, and I mean, even the rewards you get from Gunther are just, like, from the guild, not really from him. So, I would argue that
You're not talking about
Marlon...
Gunther at this point, are you? You're talking about Gus.
But
not Gus. Gil.
What's his... Gil, sorry.
No. Oh.
The other guy in the Adventures Guild. Gunther's from the museum.
Gil, I would say that Marlon is at least one tier above Gil for that.
Yeah.
Like, he's got more of a character, and the item recovery service is way more
effective,
useful.
He is boring as hell, though.
I know. I would put him like last of B, or like beginning of C.
Marnie, she gives me my ducks. That makes the rest to you.
She's very
Her fucking times are all horrible. I always have to go, and she's never there because it's either like a Monday or a Tuesday.
Well, just don't go one Monday or Tuesday, Punky. Just go Wednesday through Sunday.
She also isn't there on the 18th of any month.
Really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Something like that.
Is she fucking Lewis?
Probably.
On the 18th of every month?
Probably.
Imagine that. I only get laid once a month on the 18th.
Well, no, they also...
Well, that actually...
They fuck in a bush, too, like, at midnight.
As I say, that actually makes a lot of sense given Lewis is very, like, routine-oriented. So I would assume 100% that that's legit.
They probably fuck on the 17th, because I imagine she'd be sore as fuck on the 18th, and that's the reason why she doesn't want to work.
True.
That could be. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I think Marty's
in a
really
sweet. You're gonna be sore as fuck.
Yeah, because if you fuck all day, if they're fucking all day on the 18th, then she would also be gone on the 17th or on the
19th. So I think she fucks on the 17th.
Yeah, she fucks all day on the 17th. Like, she's after work, fuck all night, then she's off.
I wish I was her. Just, better than Lewis. I wouldn't want to fuck Lewis.
I think she is A tier.
That would be one epic mustache ride, though.
True. Yeah, but you'd want Gus for that.
Yeah. That'd be nice.
I don't know. I think Lewis is cuter than Gus.
I know Gus has a friendlier looking face. Plus, you could get beer from Gus.
Oh yeah.
Clint too.
All the alcohol. I know. I love Clint. Oh, I wish he was dateable.
Same.
I would date him first, honestly.
Same.
Yep.
I feel like they'd have to make another female dateable, and I don't think there's another female that could be dateable, is there?
Sandy. You could do Sandy.
Is she not dateable?
No.
Yeah, you could do Sandy.
You could do Marnie.
I'd fucking date Marnie. A tier. She
Yeah,
gives me
I agree, A
ducks.
tier.
Yeah, A tier's pretty solid.
She's sweet.
Yeah, you could do that. Clint and Marnie be like the datables.
Yeah,
And
but
then
I guess
you
at that
could
point,
add,
like, the whole thing is, like, it's the hidden thing with Lewis and Marnie.
and then Marnie, like, her, like, marriage event or whatever, her 14th heart event would be Lewis is still trying to get a hold of her and, like, talk to her, and she's like, or, you know, her 8 heart event or 10 heart event, I don't know. 10 heart event could be literally telling Lewis, no, I'm sorry, I can't date you. I'm in love with Player.
With Player.
With Claire.
Yep. I think that would be a really cool, like, story arc you could have. Because I know some of the Harvest Moons actually have rival events, which I wish Stardew had, where when you are dating, like, courting a patient, whoa,
Wow.
Avia, brain.
Wow.
When you're
Wow.
courting a character, like, they have events that show them getting closer to the dateable character too. So it's almost kind of like a race to date this person, and I think that would be really fun to kind of, like, you could do that with Lewis.
Yeah,
For
well,
dating
that's
Marnie.
kind of what it is in My Time in Portugal with Arlo.
Yeah.
Because he becomes undateable if he gets too far down the storyline with I don't remember anyone's name in it other than Arlo.
The only thing, sorry, I'm yawning. The only thing that I think Harvest Moon did a little bit better is that even though it kind of pressured you to be faster with the person, it didn't have a timer. Because I don't think they could technically, at least in Harvest Moon 64, and I think Back to Nature, which is the original game that Story of Season Friends of Mineral Town is based off of, they could not get married to their lover until after you were married to your person. So it didn't affect anything. So essentially you as the player could befriend all the bachelors and they would marry all their respective women, and the whole town is just like now a big happy married couple.
Boom! Right, the next one, Nerd Girl.
I don't know anything about her.
I would say C.
C,
Yeah.
I don't dislike Maru because she's a nurse, but I don't find her very interesting. Like, I think she's a scientist like her dad, but I don't think she's interesting at all. Like, she's very,
what
very,
we're learning
very boring.
here is that Avia is jealous because of there's 2 nurses. There's less patience for Avia to date.
Oh, please. Oh, no.
Yeah, she's basically like Demetrius Light.
Yeah. Joja guy.
Morris?
Yeah.
D.
I would put him in
Yeah.
F for fuck Joja, but I actually kind of think it's like, oh, Kudu's coming in hot.
Nice.
Woo!
Sus.
Yeah, I'd say F. Fuck Joja.
Yeah, I was still gonna say fuck Joja too.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be that guy and be like, Jojo's the best thing to happen, and I think you're all just jealous that he could sweep in and buy you far.
The man
The man who
walks
sits here
in.
and pees on the floor to fight the power wants the power to win.
The man
Imagine.
walks in to his one and only competition, and gives everybody. First of all, everybody is an asshole for falling for it, but he's like 50% off everything, and takes all of his customers. The man is a giant. Like, I mean, I don't even think that's legal.
To be fair to Morris, that's like the only time anybody goes to shop at Joja Mart other than Pam. Like, everybody else literally shops at Pierre's.
Yeah.
Jody
But he just goes in and steals all of his. Like, that's not cool.
Jody does mention in one of her dialogue options that Joja Mart has better deals, and she goes there because she can afford it more
Yeah,
for the
which
family.
like, yeah, she's got the biggest family there, so you know you can
Yeah.
understand that.
But I think literally everybody shops at Pierre's, and only Pam really actually shops at Joja Mart. Because I have never seen Jody at Joja Mart. I've only ever seen Pam in there. And I
Why
mean,
is
other
Pam
than
always
Shane,
there?
Cheap
because she
booze.
just cheap. But like I've only ever seen Pam in there outside of Shane and Sam, who work at Joja Mart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's really an excuse for going in and literally like actively poaching customers. Like, just have a better business, asshole.
I'm gonna
think
be
he's an asshole.
controversial and say that I actually want him in D because he's actually, unlike the other bad guy in Stardew Valley, Pam, obviously, he actually is, you know, a pretty video game-ish, movie-esque villain. You know, if he had a mustache, you could imagine him sitting there twirling it, you know, and being like, hey, Pierre. Plus, Pierre gets to punch him at the end if you choose the
Yes!
community center.
That's what I was gonna say for Pierre. That was why I was gonna give him like the rating I was gonna give him, because he fucking punches Morris. Funny story, when I was playing Stardew Valley with Pero, we both completed the whatchamacallit together, the community center. We both got the cutscene at the same time, and we're going, and I'm like, well, I know what answer it has to be, and she's like, yep, me too. And it was so funny because I picked Pierre had to punch Morris, and she picked that no, Pierre, you're a bigger person, you don't need to punch Morris. And
You're
we both
joking.
had like, no, we literally picked the opposite thing, so we each got like the cutscene, and I'm like, oh wow, that's so funny that we both were like, yep, I know what answer it's gotta be, and we just picked the opposite.
Who wouldn't want to see him punch?
I wanted to see him punch him.
I
was like, damn right.
I don't think I had him punch him. But
No,
It's a good time.
I genuinely, you know, after everything he did to him, I was like, you go and fucking punch that little bitch.
I just think I think I probably didn't, just because if you punch somebody publicly, you don't win. Like, you know, that person is gonna like cry and sue you, and you're gonna go to jail, and it's just it's more to protect yourself, really. It's satisfying, but
I don't care
I
if
just don't
about
think-
Pierre. I let him punch him. If he went to jail, he deserves it. He closed one day a week. It was, you know, really inconvenient. If he was open every day like Joja. Alright, we're putting him in F, are we?
Oh, we can put him in D. I mean, I dislike him as a character, but I don't think he's like
Yeah, he's like
totally
mild.
terrible.
I
He's,
think
like,
he should
mildly
be
interesting.
because you can't punch him if he's not a character. So
Oh yeah, like I think he's a solid D. Like I think he's mildly interesting
Yeah, he's a
as
solid
a villain.
dick. Just like Alex.
Yeah.
Right, this guy. Isn't this the guy in the caverns?
He is the guy on the island after you get all of or a bunch of golden walnuts.
Oh, I've never done the island.
How do you go to all these different places? I always hear you talk about deserts and mountains and
It's like late game stuff.
caverns and
Yeah,
shit.
the desert you have to do one of the community rooms to buy it from Joja, and the island
Yeah.
is a woolly thing later in the game.
So
Is there anything I need to know, like, right now? Like, something, like, as far as, like, something that I need to know for winter that I haven't done already?
make as much money as you can, because you can't farm, of course. Although I guess you could fish all winter, and that would make you money, so... No, I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You haven't got the community center, right?
No.
Okay, so what what I didn't know is like those things that look like there's little. It looks like there's little worms that come out.
Yes.
On if you hoe those spots, you get stuff. And
Yes.
you need to hoe those spots in order to get something for the community center.
Just fish a lot and go in the mines.
Yeah, it's
Use
a good
it as a
opportunity
chance
to
to-
go
The
to
mines are hard.
Yeah.
Get better weapons is all I have to
Yeah.
say.
I thought you were going
Yeah.
to say get better at the game, and I was going to be like, hey,
I-
wow.
I was about.
I'm not that
Get-
mean!
I was
good.
about to
Good.
I was
I
like,
know,
I could
I
just take
spent-
my nap early then. Shit.
I spent too
And
much time with Kudu and Sean. That's literally all they say to me is get good, and I'm like, oh, fuck off.
It's either get good or Pepe laugh skill issue.
I will say it is so funny to me because like the reason I say get better weapons is because when I got the lava katana, it literally changed my life
Oh
by
yeah.
just having money, and like for the most part it one shots like most of the enemies in the regular mines, so like you don't really have to worry too much about it, so it was really nice.
Yeah,
So,
I think
like,
Sean
when I
really
say-
loved it when he got that as well.
Yeah, when I say get a better weapon, that's not like, oh, Punky, you so stupid, get a better weapon. It's like, it literally makes the game so much easier when you can buy. Like, what I do is, every time I get a level in combat, I go and I buy the, like, most expensive weapon because it usually has the best stats. And then I just keep doing that until I have the best weapon.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is a good weapon. Lovely.
Yeah.
The lava katana.
The lava katana is great. I don't use it too much. Like I have it on me, but I don't use it because I have this great big hammer that I found on the island.
The galaxy sword, I would have it if I would get another prismatic shard. I donated my one prismatic shard.
Oh, how do you get the
Yeah.
galaxy sword?
So you know in the desert, the 3 like lightning rods,
Yeah.
like thing. If you take a prismatic shard into the center and like I think you just click, like to place it or whatnot, it like gets the galaxy sword.
Whoa. I think I
And
have an
that's-
extra.
That's the best weapon in the game. So that is the best. Soon, Shin.
What are you sooning?
What are you sooning?
We should have done the
Also-
sub 4 days sooner? What? Shin,
expires
what
in
is
4 days.
soon? Oh, I needed to put your sub on. Wait a minute, that's 30 more minutes. I was meant to put you on, but because I
Me?
gifted you it, I forgot about it. Yeah,
Oh,
you.
okay. Yay!
I did say because of all the mods having their stuff done and all that, I'd add it on, but I looked through it to figure out who it was. Like, and because I saw my name, I was like, oh, I don't count on anything. Like, you know, there'd be a reason for me to have a notification. Shin, what is soon? I don't like you saying soon. You fucking know I
ultimate
don't like
soon.
you saying soon.
Wrong soon. What? What?
Soon TM.
What soon? Garth, don't encourage him. We weren't
Also,
even
hi Garth.
We weren't even
Hello,
talking about
Garth.
anything that needed Shin to say anything. Oh god,
No,
now
he
I'm
just-
paranoid. Shin,
He
what
just
are you
came
talking
in and was
about?
like, soon.
And yes, hello Garth. I don't
The
know anything
only-
about this guy, so I'll let you guys pick where he goes.
I think
I don't
he's
know
a
Oh,
what? I don't-
Mr. Key?
Yeah,
He definitely goes in who the fuck. Because
Yeah,
he's just an
he's in-
asshole.
fair. Pam, the true villain.
F.
S tier.
See,
Do you know anything about Pam though, Kudu?
Yeah, I know you can mod her to be your horse.
That's the most useful thing she is. You know, what a fucking
You can
horse.
just
And that is
you
why
can
she
just
should
get-
be S.
you can just
Not
get a
because she-
horse though.
Not because she can be a horse, but because she's driven the modding community to
Yeah,
make
Dawn.
her a host.
Pam
So,
is the drunk mom.
Did
I
you
mean,
fuck
anything-
her up?
Put her as a D, not a F.
I put her at F because she is abusive. She's a drunk. She never actually changes or is ever nice to Penny. She's just an abusive mother.
Did we ever, like, what's her story? What's Pam's story?
I don't think
She's
you
a
ever
terrible-
find out.
She's
do
my
you?
she's my mother.
Hmm.
I want to see here. I'm gonna look her up real quick because I've never done Pam's story either, and I want to see.
I've
'Cause
done
I
her
know you
story,
can
but
build
I
a
can't
house.
remember anything with her. I haven't got to building her house though. What is Shin doing? I'm so worried about Shin. Have you sent me a picture of your nipples? Because you know
Yes,
that's
you did
what I
fuck
want.
up Shin.
That's what I truly want.
Okay, so it looks like she literally doesn't have any events.
No, they're all Penny's
Like
events,
all
aren't
her
they?
heart events is. Oh, hold on. She does have one. Oh.
She's a terrible person. She's basically my mother, really.
Yeah. A bit like my dad as well.
Yeah, as I say, it does, like she just gives you recipes, and then the only event that she has after you get her house like built, she can't. She loves the new house, but she still can't stop drinking. But she ends up like doing she has a scene where she's praying for like help.
Aww.
But that's like the only event that she has.
I'll
it's kinda-
put Mr. Key at D. Is that okay for you, lovely?
It's not. The thing is, like, putting him at who the fuck doesn't mean he's below F.
No,
It
it's
just
just
means
like
means
this.
we don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not saying he's worse
But
than
you know,
Grandpa.
if Lovely wants him at D, I will put him at. Actually, Lovely, tell me where you want him, and I will put. We put the goblin at S tier for Kudu.
We put all three of those little characters up there for Kudo.
As you love the character so much, Lovely, tell us where you want them. And Shin, will you fucking tell me what you're doing?
Shin, you are currently fucking up.
See, it's better. I'll put them at C for you. Don't you worry. I don't like it when he says soon. He knows I don't like it when he says soon. So Pam, where are we going to put Pam?
F.
I still kind of want to do
I
D,
think
especially
D.
now. Yeah.
I feel like if she's drinking that heavy, that there has to be a reason behind it, even if we don't see it. You know,
Or
like
she could just be like my mother.
I mean, I have a bunch of alcoholics in my family too, and all of them were because of childhood trauma.
And my dad wasn't a drunk for that reason, though.
My mom wasn't a drunk for that reason, or isn't a drunk
My-
for that reason.
My grandmother was assaulted by her father, and my dad was just really like mentally and emotionally abused by his mother. So that's kind of like why I have a little bit of sympathy for her. It's like I feel a little bit bad.
Again, it's one of those things where like it doesn't really excuse.
No, of
her
course it doesn't
behavior.
excuse the behavior. But I still wouldn't say she's like entirely unredeemable. I think if Concerned Ape ever wanted to expand on her, because he really doesn't have any storyline with her other than how terrible
yeah,
the mom she is.
Absolutely. If she was redeemed, then I think that like I would be on board for her being redeemed, but she's not, is the point. And like, yeah, she's seen as praying for help, but like you could also just get yourself help. Like there's so many resources. There's so many resources
Is there resources in this town though? Like
in this town, probably not, but like you're telling, like she's like, you don't think, like she's got a daughter who lives with her who could help her,
Well, Joja probably got the support, but everyone's kicked them out, so...
Oh, for fuck's sake, Kudu.
Yeah, what Coon said. I don't think she's, like, I have empathy for her.
I
Yeah.
don't. I'm trying to find anything on her online, you know, that doesn't make her seem like an asshole. Maybe looking at Penny's story. Maybe Penny. Does anyone know much about Penny?
I don't actually.
Let's have a look. Because I know there's one friendship thing. That's the George one.
Oh, true, Asuna. There's a doctor in town.
Yeah, but he's not a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
No, but doctors, like, he could get you help.
Oh,
And
yeah.
just because he's not a psychiatrist doesn't mean that he's not trained in order to deal with. Shane went to rehab!
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
looking to
doing
see
a
what
tier list
Penny's-
of characters from Stardust. And hey, Ice King.
I don't see anything in Penny's.
No, it's just the one where Pam shouts at you.
Yeah, about helping Penny clean up the house. Which, she's not really mean to Penny about it. She just yells at Penny for saying, "Why are you making the guest clean the house?" Which,
To be fair, is valid.
I agree. To be fair, I would come home and my friend's cleaning my house. I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing? This isn't your place," you know?
Oh my god, Penny's artwork beforehand was so cute.
And I think, like, I mean, fair enough. Like, I can understand, first of all, does Pam really believe that Penny made the player clean up the
Hold on, let me
trailer?
see here. It says, Penny complains about how messy the place is and asks if you could help her clean it up. As you do so, Pam returns home and yells at Penny for letting somebody else clean her home. Pam eventually asks you to leave and they continue their discussion privately. Pam admits that she's embarrassed to have strangers clean up the house. The next day, you get a letter a letter of apology from Penny.
Yeah, and the thing is, I totally get why Pam would be embarrassed about that and why she would be upset. Totally get it. That's not the only thing she does, though.
I mean, I'm not finding anything that, like, in Penny's events, or even in Pam's events that say that Pam is, like, abusive to her, other than just drinking all the time and Penny doing all the housework because her mom can't keep up with it.
If you tell her Yoba isn't real, she gets angry at you and declares her faith in Yoba. That's amazing.
I mean,
Wait, what
honestly,
Yoba is their god.
I would 100% expect that reaction from like, if you're just gonna go up to somebody and troll their beliefs, yeah, you deserve that reaction.
100%.
Like, that you're the asshole in that situation.
I'm still putting her in F because she's just an asshole.
She's a terrible person.
But Penny.
C.
Yeah.
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 She's really
Again.
cute and nice, but there's nothing really to write home about.
Yeah, and she can come across as a bit of a bitch, so. Which, I mean, it's not really her fault, but also.
Sorry,
I
I'm
don't
gonna,
think
I'm
she
gonna
comes
go and
across
shout
as a
at
bitch.
Shin. Give me a second. You carry on talking. I'm just gonna shout at him in his DMs because he's made me paranoid.
Okay. No, I think she gets a little too hands-on with other people. It's like, you don't need to, like, ask before. It's like the stuff with George, and I think, and also, like, I kind of get, like, if you don't really know her, like, if you don't have any heart events, she's super, like, standoffish. If like, you go up to her and say, like, hello, she's like, hello. Like, it's like, yeah, we're strangers, but also, like, you sound kind of rude. I'm just saying hi, fuck you.
Oh, for fuck's sake, he sent me a gift on Steam.
it?
I don't know because the notification thing is black. Deadly premonition. Soon, soon. Best wishes soon.
Fuck you, Shin.
Aw, good job, Shin. I'm so happy for you.
What's the game?
Deadly premonition.
Deadly Premonition. Oh, why does that turn up 0?
Dumbass. Absolute fucking dumbass. But yeah, I would. Why is Morted whistling? Now I'm worried even more. I'd agree with putting her in C, by the way.
Yeah. Why can't I find this game? Oh, maybe because I can't spell.
Experience to play. Hey, Red.
There we go. Ooh. It's on sale.
Yeah, I think, who was it? Wait a minute, I'll be in stream.
Like, I would put Penny in B if it wasn't for, like, a couple of little things that just sort of put me off her.
Red isn't in, yeah, Red's from Shin Streams. Red is another mythical creature from that magical land, Croatia. Pierre is lazy and he closes his shop on the day I always try to go to his shop. Every time I go to his shop and I'm like, oh shit, it's the day he's closed.
That's how I feel about Marnie's Ranch, and y'all were still like, hey, and I'm like, okay, well, fuck.
I think
No, I agree with you. I told you there was another day.
Pierre should definitely be A or S tier because he fucking punches Morris.
Yeah, A
That's
tier.
enough.
I'll give him A tier.
Yeah.
See, Croatians are so fake they can't even spell Croatia.
Chen invasion.
Cora
And
Chen.
then if like a friend like tries to put Croatian in the game, it just glitches. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
Nope, alien for you.
Listen, oh god.
Listen.
Do you have anything to back up?
I want proof Croatia is real. Like,
Send
You're
me
in a
some
hollow
dirt.
threesome.
Send me some dirt from Croatia. That'll prove. that
take
it's real.
whatever you want from what I said. Well, you know exactly what we're taking from that, Shin. You know exactly.
Hollow threesome.
Shin is in a threesome with a bunch of blow-up dolls.
Yep.
I mean, that's all he'll get, you know. I remember when you were playing Hollow Knight, it popped up that you were playing Hollow Knight. But was Shin was the one that said he's in a hollow threesome, not us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know at least one of
Yeah.
these people are perp as well.
Wait, either Shin or Ice King?
No,
Oh,
one of the
threesome.
yeah.
Oh,
Say
in the
one of the three
threesome,
people
yeah.
in the hot threesome.
Yeah, no, it's basically it's basically Perp is Shin's like best friend, basically. I don't
Herb and
care
Shin are
about
just fucking this.
I don't care about your actual best friend who, you know, leaves snail trails around the fucking place. You and Perp are like attached to each other. It's cute. Oh yeah, you were talking about that in Red Stream earlier on. Are you dying a lot? Because, you know, you're bad at games.
Stink bug on my wall. I had to
I thought you were
drown
calling
him.
I thought you were calling shit a stink bug. I was gonna say I could insult him. You're not allowed to insult him.
I just came back. Stink bug. Oh, sorry, Shin. I wasn't insulting you, I promise. I was killing a stink bug that decided to make his home on my wall.
I'm not the only one who times things poorly.
Yeah.
You time
Oh
them
my
better
God.
though.
Oh my god, I don't care.
Oh my god, I don't care. Wow!
So excited! It's about talking about Avia's niece and their birthday, and I'm like, they're going to the zoo, and you just deadpan. Oh my god, I do not care. I'm like, oh. Oh.
And then Anna sends the clip, and Killian got to it before I did, and he looks at me and he's like, "Wow, Kim, that thick girl really hates you." And I'm like, "What?" So then I watched it, and I'm like, "Oh no, that's just how she is."
Well, I wasn't talking about you at all. The ironic thing is I was trying to pay attention to what Anna was saying, but fucking Pierre was like having a cutscene with me.
Yeah.
He is
Pierre
a jerk.
having a cutscene with me, and I'm like,
Love
oh,
you, lovely.
See you later,
See you,
Ice
love
King,
you.
and love you, lovely.
see you, lovely.
Shin, though, Shin, whilst I've got your attention for 2 minutes in this threesome of yours, did you see my picture of Vivi? Because you're the other one that likes Final Fantasy IX.
See ya, Ice King.
Oh, so
Bye,
that
Ice
was
King.
you
Ice
thinking
King.
of Shin, not Kudu. Wow.
No, I was thinking of I always think of Shin, but you know,
Wow.
you don't need to know about that.
Wow.
I know he likes Final Fantasy IX.
I do, yes.
No, not
He
you,
went on a
him.
whole
You, I know, loves
mission.
Vivi.
Yeah, I know that too. You never know.
We went
Oh,
on a
Garth!
whole-
Garth! That was Kingdom Hearts. It's a picture of Vivi. And it wasn't his Kingdom Hearts form, because his Kingdom Hearts form has, like, a face on the hat.
Ooh.
Yeah, Dershin, fake fan.
I looked up concept art from Final Fantasy IX for him. Anyway, this is what I talk about. You know, I draw something or do something, and then Shin's instantly there bitching about it. Oh my god, why do I
So
like
maybe he's
you?
not the nice guy. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Garth, look at that. Look at that. Ain't that cool?
Delay.
Shin,
let's
we
go.
defended you, and now you
Now we're
are
about to
making us
take our
question
words.
it.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're
It's
not
just
nice
Anna
to
that he
me.
acts like that.
Yeah, I like to think it's because, you know, he loves me too. You know, you're mean to the people you love
It's like
the
how
most.
4-year-old. Yeah, it's like how 4-year-olds show their love.
Like 2/3 of that is Final Fantasy. 2/3 of that picture.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, all three of them are Final Fantasy. If
That's
you
what he
consider
said,
Kingdom Hearts
2/3.
Final Fantasy,
I think it's the other way around.
Final
I mean, to
Fantasy
be fair,
meets
both-
Disney.
I mean, to be fair, both of them, well, all three of them are in Kingdom Hearts.
That is true.
I will say, all Kingdom Hearts is Final Fantasy goes to Disney World.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Yeah,
except for
that's
the,
where it was pitched.
except for the last one where they kind of got rid of all the Final Fantasy characters for fucking Frozen. But we're
I
not
was
going to
gonna
talk
say-
about that. We're not going to talk about that because I'm going to get
And
angry
stop showing
again.
Disney Picture stuff instead of. Disney.
We're not talking about that. Shin, you can go back to your threesome now that you've proven once again you hate me. Also, thank you for the game. I think Seemit already asked me to play it, so I'll probably definitely play it without a redeem or anything. Because
Yay.
Seemit asked
Probably.
about it.
Definitely.
Probably, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, maybe.
I mean, I'm not promising anything because I'll probably forget that I have it in like 10 minutes.
Well, You know what you gotta do then, Shin? You gotta constantly DM her every day and remind her
Like
that
you'll
she
fucking
has
DM
it.
me anything.
I'm just saying, that would get you to remember real quick. Every day, like clockwork, 8 a.m.
Set an
Hey.
alarm.
Hey! Hey!
Yeah.
I'd be excited. He wouldn't. That would mean he'd have to talk to people. Anyway.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Penny.
No,
we
that's
said
Robin. We put
Oh,
Penny.
Robin.
Yeah, we put Penny away. We put Penny
her-
away.
She's at least a B.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd put her on the same as Demetrius, because I feel like they're a cute couple.
That's fair.
yeah.
They're cute. She's
She's actually a
builds
really
stuff
good
for you.
mom.
She also makes the houses for my ducks.
Yeah.
Key.
All
Very
my ducks are
extremely useful. Can't finish
Forevermore
Game of
will
Donor.
definitely be called or named after Shin in various different ways. Forevermore.
What will?
My ducks.
Oh, I'm naming all my ducks all after you.
Yes.
On my solo playthrough, and then every single farm that I've gotten chickens on so far is after Fiction. Because she bought me the game, so I have to do it every single one. I love you too.
Ew, love, ew.
My favorite name
Ew.
I've had so far.
I love
is
you,
Chick-
Anna.
Ew.
is Chictional. Chictional.
That's cute.
That's a good name.
Fictional. Dictional. Pictional.
Functional.
Functional.
Sam!
Factual.
We're so close to the end, guys!
Yes.
Sam!
S
S.
S.
I don't know
A.
anything about him. I don't have any strong feelings.
He's in a band.
He's cute. I like him, but I feel like he's not as
He's good brother to Vincent.
memorable.
Him and Sebastian have a really cute friendship.
I feel like
Yeah.
wherever we put Sam, we're gonna be putting Sebastian, because they're pretty much the same level.
So that means S tier. Yes, okay.
I wish they were a gay couple.
God,
Yeah,
that'd be
Yeah,
hot.
yeah, that would be cute.
I'm
Mhm.
okay with them being both S tier.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I can agree with that.
Yes.
Right, Sandy.
I don't
Who
know
the
who that
fuck?
is.
Who the fuck?
Wait, yeah, fair. She's just a shopkeeper in the desert.
She has no storyline other than that she's Emily's friend.
Yeah.
And
Emily's friend.
Even then-
okay.
she doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
She's just
when
there.
you get to the desert, she's the,
How do you get to the desert?
it's one
You
of the
gotta-
things in the like, community center. I think
It's
isn't it
the money one.
Yeah, the money one.
Yeah, you gotta repair the
does-
bus.
She does sell you beets, which make you sugar, which is cool.
And
But
garlic.
But you know,
Or no, cat.
that,
No,
just,
that's
that just brings down Pierre, because why the fuck is Pierre not selling me
Right?
this shit? Why do I
Yeah.
have to go to a desert to get it? Pierre,
Yeah,
you're
to get
awful.
beets.
You're going down to F tier. No, alright.
beets of all things. Pierre, you should be selling beets. What the fuck?
What the fuck, my dude? Right, Shane. I like Shane. I put him at an S tier because I thought his story was really good.
Yeah,
would
as
honestly put him
somebody
S tier.
who actually got himself help, that's extremely difficult to do.
Yeah, but it had to take pickling his liver to do it.
Yeah,
Sure,
but, you
but-
know, he still changed. There's nothing in the story that really made Pam change. I mean, she said she wants to change, apparently, but all she's doing is praying for it.
I feel like in regards to Pam, I feel like Concerned Ape just hasn't made her story yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get it. That's the same with Caroline, to be honest, though.
And that's fair. Like, I think Pam is she's totally able to move up the list, but currently the way her story is right now, she's an F.
Wait, is he?
I don't
is
even
he
think she has a story to be an F.
Is he actually gonna or whoever the designer is he actually working still on more?
Yeah, he's working
I-
on updates for the game.
I think
Oh,
he's
that's
like
cool.
alternating his time between Stardew and the new one, the Chocolatier game.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was
Lovely,
a
a nice little update. We got Sam and Sebastian up to level, to
S
tier
tier.
S tier, and we said that they would probably make a really good gay couple.
Because they would.
And-
That is a good point. I would really like that.
I'm pretty sure there's a mod for that.
Oh,
I wouldn't be
for
surprised.
Sure. For sure that would be.
Yeah.
But also, Shane gives you blue chickens. Who else gives you blue chickens?
I like the
Oh,
blue
yeah.
chickens, but I just don't find him exciting. Like, I mean, I like his story.
He
I
has
just
my
don't find him-
haircut.
I just don't find him like he's just like there. I don't know. I don't feel strongly about him being an S tier as I do Sebastian or Sam.
I like him. I think he was a really interesting character to get. I understood why people wanted him to be dateable as well. Though people really need to learn that dating someone isn't gonna fix them. You know?
Yes.
Like, should have wanted to have fixed him because he was your friend, not because you wanted to fuck him. But I genuinely actually just liked Shane as a character. Before he was dateable, I liked him when he was dateable. I wish his bedroom was cleaner when you marry him, because that really pissed me off. That his bedroom comes with him and it's a fucking mess, even though he's not a drunk anymore. But he also brings a chicken coop, kind of, to your farm that you can't go into or see his chickens, but it's there. He likes animals, that's sweet.
I do like the idea of blue chickens. I want blue chickens.
I'm putting him an S to you. You're overruled, everyone. What about Willie?
I liked Willie.
At least
I
an
like
A.
Willie.
At least
yeah,
an
I'd
A.
put him an A. Like, there's nothing much more to Willie, but he's just a nice character, ain't he?
He
Well, he
gives you-
also gives you access to the island,
Yeah.
and
My
he-
and
fishing rod.
fishing in general.
Let's
Fishing.
face it, the only reason I play this game anymore is for the fishing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I understand people not getting the fishing and stuff. I don't hold it against you. I hold much more other things against you, Punky. You not being able to fish in my favorite game is not the worst thing you've ever done. You haven't done anything that annoys me. Well, I mean, you do get annoying, but that's in the needy, wanting attention way, which I'm
Everyone's
exactly.
annoying.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same with Shin. I do the exact same to Shin, so I can't really.
I do the exact
complain.
same for anybody who will show me attention.
Yeah, when I go offline for a couple days, you and Avia do spam me with messages.
Yep.
Of encouragement.
Well,
I do the same. Mine are
Yeah.
encouraging.
yeah.
I tell you to have a good day.
You did tell me to have a good day. You told me you hoped I was hanging in there, and it didn't matter if
Yeah.
I was doing well. I was hanging in there, and that's all that counts. And I did read that message, and it did make me happy.
Well, I'm glad, because that was the intention. And I knew you weren't going to reply, because I knew you were having a mood. And I was like, I'm still going to spam her. But I didn't spam you this morning
Same.
because I knew I was going to see you or talk to you anyway. So,
Oh,
Whatever.
See, I still spammed her before I went to bed.
Yeah, Punky tends to spam me before she goes to bed, regardless. So I don't mind either. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't always reply because I just get overwhelmed with messages. I tend to only really reply to Sean and Avia. But I always appreciate when people message me. I just can't always. I'm not a very like. It's weird because I'm a streamer and because I spend so much time with you guys and all that. But I'm genuinely not a very social person. It's not even that I'm introverted. I'm just genuinely not a very social person. I don't like being social for long periods of time. So, like, when people are DMing me and messaging me, I get very overwhelmed very quickly. And the only people I will reply to is Avia, because it's just one long-ass fucking conversation that we're having anyway. And Sean,
like,
because
never
he's my
ends.
best friend. And then the only other person I ever want to message is the one person who doesn't want to message me, Shin. But yeah. So never take it, personally if I don't reply to a message. It's just me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I'm pretty much anybody.
Yeah, I mean, Fictional's in love with me, and she
very-
never fucking replies to me either.
It takes a lot of energy to
Yeah.
DM.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, like, I feel bad because I had my best friend, IRL, Aaron, who I used to message all the time on, like, Snapchat and stuff, but we worked together as well, so, like, I'd see him during the day, and then I'd message him, and shit like that. But, like, as soon as I got into Discord and stuff, I don't look at Snapchat, I don't look at Facebook. The only thing I look at is Discord, so if you're not messaging me on Discord, I'm not gonna notice or pay attention. And again, it's not because I don't want to, it's because it's overwhelming having to check 3 or 4 different places. Like, it's different with Twitter, because, like, no one messages you on Twitter to have a conversation or anything.
Unless
It's just like...
unless Discord's broken.
Well, if Discord's broken, then I tend to just go sleep. I'm sorry, Seema. I said earlier on that I appreciated your message. I'm just very bad at DMing people.
Listen, Anna, if it makes you feel any better, you know all my crap with, like, pseudo and stuff lately, so I know I am, like, super needy. But, like, I'm just, like, I'm not, like, trying to fill the void, but, like, I just need people, you know, in my life that
There
want
you go,
me there.
Seema. Talk to Avia. Avia needs more people in her life. Because I'm
I
a
do.
terrible friend.
No, you're a good friend. You just make me sad when when you
just make
disappear.
me sad.
No.
Wow.
I was clarifying when you have your depressive modes, which I totally get. I get sad because I think I did something wrong. And I'm like, oh no, did I do something wrong?
Hey, Cherry.
Because oh, hey, Cherry.
Hey, Cherry.
And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, like I've told you about Pseudo and her past behaviors, like 100%, I'm just traumatized that anytime somebody doesn't say anything to me, like back or as a
That's not
response,
lucky at
that
all.
I'm like that I've done something wrong. That
Thank you, Dawn.
you know.
And thank you, Fig, for the gift sub to Cherry. I was
Of
about to do
course.
that. Get better, Scrub. You're nowhere near
Yeah.
the 69ers in this group.
This is why you need mod chat. You can do it so quick. Just click on the name. Click on. This is why I like mod chat, guys.
Do do do.
But yeah, like I said, never.
Peepo popcorn.
Thank you, Kudu, again. Well, we'll let you pick a tier list in a second that you can actually do as well, Kudu.
Yeah, and I is going to take a small nap, I think.
That's fair.
Okay,
But yeah, like
love you.
if I don't reply to you, it's never because like I don't want to talk to you or something. It's just genuinely because even when I'm not depressed, Now we
Not
haven't
yet,
done
Cherry.
anything like that yet, Cherry.
We've
It's
been
just like
doing
get
this tier
overwhelmed.
list for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my
4
god.
hours.
To be fair though, to be fair, we have gone off topic a lot.
Oh yeah.
We haven't just been. It isn't a Matt situation. We have literally been talking a load of bollocks.
And then Shin came in and distracted us for like an hour while we figured out why he was here.
Yeah, that little shit coming in was like, soon! Oh, I fucked it up, soon! And then left. Then come back when I finally figured out what the fuck he was sooning me about. He never actually explained why he bought me a game either.
Soon.
Happy birthday!
Fuck off.
Because he wants you to play it.
Soon.
Fuck you, shit.
Soon.
You see? Soon.
Soon TM. Wizard.
Happy 2nd anniversary. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it. It will be played, because as I said, Seema, recommended it to me, so it was a game I had to get around to playing anyway. Anniversary, exactly, Seema.
The ball's in your court. You can say soon to him now.
Soon!
Oh my god.
Opportunities.
You see, the thing is, Seema, Shin wouldn't actually get that pun, because he doesn't seem to know my name.
He calls her a
Mr.
worker.
Yeah.
A work anniversary.
He bought me, a
Deadly
soon.
premonition.
Fuck you, Shin. Go back to perp. You know, you and your fucking Zooms.
Have some more sex with your blow up doll.
Romance.
Did you know, Vic, he's got a sex swing now?
Nice.
And a restraint set.
I feel
Ooh.
like a sex swing would be. It doesn't sound like it would be that fun. Like, what? How are you using it? Like, are you like swinging into the dick, or the other way around?
We have told him he should stream from the sex swing.
Like, if you're like, are you swinging it? Because then you're only getting a thrust like every 5 seconds.
To be fair, he got this free from work. Do you actually think he's ever gonna use it?
No, but I'm just questioning the idea of sex swings in general. Like, are you on the swing together fucking? Because that seems like it would be fun, but also...
No, from what
uncomfortable.
I've seen online, someone just sits on it, and it's a way to just, you know, be stood up comfortably for the woman, usually.
Oh, so they're, like, static?
Spreads her out, I guess?
Yeah, they can kind of just, like... The one video I've seen with one in, they're just, like, kind of up against a wall. And as I said, they're just like, it's a way for the guy to be stood up. One person stands and the other sits on it, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's basically just a giant, like, lazy Susan.
There you go. Basically a swing, you strap on the door so that one person is lifted.
So the swinging doesn't really come into play.
No.
Seems like a waste.
I mean, you could swing if you wanted
I'm
to.
sure people do swing from it. I don't know how much fun you're gonna get out of the sex if you're swinging away from the guy.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking. I'm like, you're only getting a thrust,
That's
like
one weird ass game of like trying to aim the pee-pee
Hole in one, boys!
yeah, like if you got a hole in one,
Thrust harder, I want to swing further away. Jeez.
Every single swing, if you hit the target, you're still only getting a thrust every like 5 seconds.
That's also going to be really painful depending on the force you're coming in with.
Right?
Oh,
Like in order to actually get it in there, it's gonna have to be a pretty hard swing.
I mean,
These aren't
maybe
problems that Shin's ever going to have, though. So we just told him he should use it for when he does VR fishing. Do we want to put the wizard somewhere quickly so that we can say we've at least done this?
F tier.
Why F tier? What did he do
Because
wrong to you?
he and Caroline have that affair.
Oh my god, you're back to the affair.
God, no,
Oh my god.
ma'am.
There's no evidence of
ma'am.
this.
No, ma'am. No conspiracies
tier.
in this. Yeah.
A tier. He's pretty cool.
He
Yeah,
gives
he's
you
cool.
drugs and takes you on a trip. I'll put him in A tier.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't ever have to do any more drugs in my life because I did it once in a video game with a wizard.
And you saw dancing trees, right?
Yeah.
I'm sad that the witch isn't on here.
Yeah, that's weird. But I guess the witch, you'd never really meet her, do you?
No, I guess not. But you do learn stuff about her.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you can group, like, what we could do is we could group wizard and witch together.
Yeah,
'Cause
let's
they're
still
kind
put
of
them in
one and
A.
the same anyways. Yeah.
We did it. We managed to do a fucking... Can you just... I just want to download the image so I can put it in thingy beta.
Good job.
As I
Yay!
said, you know, Shin's going for everything, though, because he's got that sex swing, and he's also got the restraints for the bed. He actually has the restraints for a reason, but, you know, I can still take the piss out of him for it.
I can bring
He
some
has them for a
violent
reason?
restraints from the hospital.
Yeah,
though.
he's got his operation in, like, a week and a half, and he's not allowed to, move in his sleep, so he's got restraints to keep him...
Convenient.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it's gonna be really uncomfortable, Shin.
It's the only use they'll ever have in his life.
They might be comfortable. I mean, I know, like, handcuffs aren't really comfortable, but...
No, but restraints are pretty uncomfortable, too, because we tie our patients down with them when they're really unruly.
I doubt that they use the same kind of restraints for sex and for...
Well, the hospital restraints, all they are is felt, like the soft restraints. We have two types. We have violent and non-violent. Non-violent is mostly for, like, really confused, like, easily agitated old people who are constantly, like, trying to get up out of bed, trying to do things in the middle of the night. They may, like, swat at you when you try to give them their medication, but they're not, like, physically trying to assault you. And those are just, like, felts, and they tie to the bed frame, and then they have, like, a, like, slip knot that you can easily undo should you have to let them out of the restraint really quick. And then the violent restraints are actually, like, hard leather, and they, like, make it impossible for somebody to actually move, which they're a pain in the ass when you have a patient in them, because you have to document on them every 15 minutes. Okay. So it's like, it's just a lot.
Two things.
I don't think sex restraints are meant to keep people from being violent, though.
Two things.
No. I'm just saying, it's uncomfortable not to move your arms and legs. That's what I'm saying is going to be uncomfortable.
Oh, well, he'll be asleep.
Yeah, like number one, in between your threesome, Shin, you need to come and tell us what your restraints look like. And two, Lovely, I don't think he has enough time to train himself not to turn over in his sleep. He's only got a week and a half. They just had 4 nurses hold you down. That sounds sexier, though.
That's rough.
Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'll be back in like an hour.
I don't think they...
I think you've told me about that before.
I think, Cherry, like, they try not to use restraints on children, but, like, adults typically know what they're doing. Oof. Yeah. I've had to take antipsychotic medicine and, like, go to a patient and, like, not pretend I wasn't going to do anything, but, like, we had to have security in the room talking to combative patients to kind of keep them calm while we give them the antipsychotic medication, to keep them from, like, attacking us. And it's tough. It's kind of scary sometimes, you know?
I thought when you said you had to take antipsychotic medication, I thought you were talking about, like, you actually taking
Oh,
it.
no. I've had to stab many people in the shoulder with some nice calming medication.
Which, I mean, like, if you did, that's not going to...
No. And
that doesn't mean
again,
anything.
no.
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
No. I mean, I did say the other day on Twitter, if we had antipsychotic medication in the water supply, the world would be so much calmer.
Yeah.
And I said that not referring to, like, the patients, but, like, referring to us nurses, because I was so strung out that day. I'm like, I can't function. I'm about to tweak. Like, I need some freaking antipsychotics to calm me down.
That's fair. I feel like I need those quite often. As I said, I've been having an awful fucking couple days. I needed something to chill me out.
Well, just come to me, my friend. I will bring you some good stuff.
You promised to kill me, and then you didn't kill me, so I don't really trust you.
Okay, listen, I totally forgot all about our killing plan. You didn't remind me?
I sat outside that airport for 3 fucking days.
Popo. Hashtag bad friend alert. Bad friend alert. That's me. Arrest me, Popo.
I can't really call you a bad friend when you fucking gifted me 20 subs.
That's empty.
Oh. Hey, listen. I love you, Anna, and you know that.
Then why haven't you killed me yet?
Because I don't want to kill you. You're my friend.
She's too selfish. That's
You bring me joy in life.
Really? Me? you need to find other things to bring you joy, because I'm a miserable fucking cunt.
You are a miserable fucking cunt, but I love talking to you.
All I talk about is how shit ignores me.
I know. But I still love talking to you.
You're an interesting fucking cunt.
Yeah, I'm not interesting, fictional. If you saw half the whining I did about Shin in Avia's DMs, you would not think I was interesting.
I think you're interesting. I think this whole stream has been very interesting.
I just understand because how long did I go off on whole pseudo impero shit?
To be fair, you still are as well a little bit.
Yeah.
That's fair, that's fair.
See,
I get that though, lovely, because at my work, like, I'm forgetful anyway, but there's so much they ask you to do all the time that I sit there and I just, like, repeat it over and over in my head, like, I need to do this and I need to do that, and why is that in my way when I want to do this, and why are they over there doing this when I should be doing that? So I get that. Like, people see me muttering to myself and they're like, you okay? And I'm like, I'm just trying to remember the 20 jobs they gave me to do. Do we want to do a Pokemon tier list? Because I feel everyone knows the first generation of Pokemon.
yeah, we can do that.
Pokemon.
Thank
Can
you,
I
Judy.
can I have a friend
What the hell is
without
this?
having to?
What is it? I'm gonna change these tiers, don't worry.
Yeah, gross.
I don't know what that means.
Let's get this in capitals. S tier. A.
Well, we're scrubs, Kudu. We don't know compete.
Well, you know what I'm about to say.
Get good, scrub?
Get good, scrub.
No.
Off skill issue.
I refuse. I refuse to get good.
Same, to be honest, when it comes to Pokemon.
I literally just brute force everything with Pokemon. Just 100%.
I mean, anyone that's seen my fucking Nuzlocke knows how I play Pokemon.
Oh, look how good those PNGs are.
I know, they're really
so
pretty.
glossy.
It's
They're
why
so
I picked
glossy.
this one. Like, there was another one that actually had proper fucking ranks, but they had like 25 million fucking Pikachus. I was like, why have you got every single Pokemon Go Pikachu you could possibly have on there?
Because
Yeah.
Pikachu with one heart is S, but Pikachu with other heart is A.
It
Right,
is true.
I'm guessing-
Wait, not wrong.
I'm guessing
I
we
have to
all...
pee.
Alright, I won't start until then, but I'm guessing we all know the first generation of Pokemon, yes?
What's Pokemon?
Yes.
Kudu? Suck a dick.
Whoa! Wow!
You can
Wow.
suck the dick too if you want.
Okay.
Toxic.